dog. The thing ever since that Dipset version, all I can think of when I hear that beat is Jim Jones dissing Nas
I know.
at the end. That nigga Nas.
I'm gonna
I heard
smack
you ain't
that.
a Muslim no more.
I'm gonna
So you
smack
know
that
what that
cookie off
mean.
your head.
I'm gonna slap that fucking kufi off your fucking head.
I was gonna play that one, but I wasn't gonna play the whole thing, but that's the only reason I would go play it because I feel like I got to give some homage to Nas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to play no Nas, but that's the best version. I like that version better.
It was dog. It was great, man. It was and the Kanye verse on the original one was kind of weak. I like the Dipset version a lot better, man.
Yeah, me
But
too.
yeah, the iconic Jim Jones just going off on Nas. Like they really pressed the nuclear button on Nas, man. Because what Nas said was not that bad.
Yeah,
Like, he just said Cameron album was whack or some shit, and they went nuclear on Nas. They talked about his dead mama. They dissed him in like 3 mixtapes. Like they did not let. They put their foot on his neck.
you got me wanting to listen to it now, man.
You just gotta skip to the end. Now that's my favorite part, man. And we don't want to diss Nas. We're reviewing a Nas album, by the way. So we giving praise to Nas, but that was just a funny moment in hip hop.
Yeah.
Everybody swarming, oh my God, it's the newest shower.
That's a twister. Okay.
Yeah, this ain't that.
It's all good. But yeah, it's a classic song back when the New York Civil War was happening.
Yeah.
Nas versus the East Coast, it seemed. And everybody was coming in and jumping on him. So.
Oh, here we go.
Capo status. Fucking little faggot. Nigga, you little punk, man. I'm way out your league. And you know this, man. My YGs to come get you. And that little Nene fuck you up. You little faggot, man. I got a couple things to say to you.
It's rough.
Robinson and Poe and them playing fucking roulette with your fucking punk ass in the fucking house and you crying, man. Listen, you know what else, man? How you gonna go home, man? You're not allowed in the BX, man. No, you're not allowed in the
No.
You heard me. Please, we gonna ride on that, man. As for Nas, man, I guess you ain't Muslim no more, man. So you
know what that means.
I'm gonna smack that fucking kufi off your fucking head, man. Because I had a little issue with my Akis, man. They was telling me be cool with the little fucking kufi shit, but no.
Nope.
Straight off your fucking punk ass head. I called you a motherfucker before, but you really a transvestite. You little homo, man.
What does that mean?
Jesus
I called you a hermaphrodite, but you're really a transvestite. What the?
Man, Jim Jones was wilding, man. He came a long way, man. I don't think he's that disrespectful no more, but man, that dude was a firecracker.
Nah, he was really something else at that time, man. Just ride or die for Dipset, everything. And then to flash forward a few years later, he taking 50 Cent's side in the beef with Cameron and 50 Cent. So
yeah,
a few years can change you, man.
Yeah, but yeah, shout out to Nas. We gonna get into that new Nas album and all that.
We ain't Koofy slapping on this podcast, man. We giving props, but that's just too funny, man. And you know what that means.
They told me not to do it, but nope.
Here we go, Koofy off your head. Like how I'm sure he actually like imitated the slap of the Koofy in the studio while he was recording. There it go.
He probably one of the best shit talkers in hip hop history, man.
Oh, definitely him, Diddy. Really, that might be it. 1 and 2.
50 Cent is a good shit talker too.
Yeah, he's up there, but he's more calm. That's the thing. Like to be an effective shit talker, you got to be yelling.
Yeah,
and Jim Jones was yelling. Diddy was yelling. You got to be like yelling shit talking.
Yeah.
So I think that there might be 1A and 1B.
Nah, for real.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What up, Ernesto? See you in the chat as well, man. Appreciate you stopping by on YouTube, dog. Chopping it up with us. for another exciting edition of the Gems and Juice podcast, y'all. We back at it, back in full effect, celebrating a lot of things right now, man. We're celebrating the Astros World Series win. We're celebrating Nas' new album. We're celebrating I think that's all we need to celebrate, man.
Yeah,
fuck it.
Celebrate life, man. Fuck it, man.
We still here. We still rocking and rolling in 2022. And we're doing it Thanksgiving. Shout out to Thanksgiving. So
yeah, man.
We got to be full of chicken and all the unhealthy soul food that black people should stop eating. Probably we gonna eat it anyway. Who cares? Life is short. You eat whatever greasy thing you got to for one day of the year, man.
Yeah,
so,
man. Speaking of Thanksgiving, I seen a wild ass tweet, man. I couldn't stop laughing when I seen this. So it's around that season of potlucks at the job and all that stuff. And somebody tweeted how they brung some greens. And I guess their white coworker was like, ugh, what is that? Ugh, like it's all greasy, blah, blah, blah. And so the person who brung the greens was like, yeah, they're greens, the stuff the slaves had to eat back in the day because they didn't have nothing to eat. So yeah, it's greens. He said I guess the coworker looked so uncomfortable. I'm like, damn, that's a wild thing to say, man.
It really is, man. Because is that supposed to be
right? So is she supposed to like the greens?
You're trying to guilt somebody into really, it's more embarrassing to us because why are we still eating slave food?
Yeah,
if you think about it.
Yeah.
So I don't understand who was supposed to be getting this there.
Yeah,
very strange.
Yeah, so I'm like, so is she not supposed to? Is she supposed to like the greens? Is she not supposed to say anything bad about greens? Like we all like certain shit. It's black folks that don't fuck with greens. It's black folks that don't fuck with fried chicken and all that shit.
So, for example, if somebody brought chitterlings, would smell like shit. And I think I've only tasted them once, but they smell like shit. And somebody brought chitterlings, and a white person asked, "What the fuck is that? It stinks." Are we supposed to say, "Well, it's what the slaves used to have to eat," and that's supposed to make it good?
Yeah.
I can't fuck with chitlins, man. I
can't either,
my
man.
grandmother, rest in peace, she used to cook them like once a year, and my mom and my dad would always take us as kids to go. And I would hate that time, man, because the house would be smelling like shit. I'd be going outside to play because I wouldn't want to be inside, man. It smelled horrible.
Yeah, it smelled awful, man. That I can't fuck with that, and I can't fuck with the pig feet, man.
Yeah,
I just can't. I can't do it. It's not as bad as chitlins, but man, it's just so net. I had an aunt who was sitting there eating it, and she was like sucking the toes. I'm just like, ugh, that looks so nasty.
We gotta do better, man. We gotta do. We can't be sucking on pig feet. I like pig's feet.
I like pig feet.
I can't fuck. I don't think we ever did pig feet, but we did do chitlins all the time, and I did not like that. Horrible, traumatic memories from chitlin cookouts. So not a fan.
The one thing I did used to eat, and I haven't had it in a long time because my wife don't cook it at all. But my dad used to cook ham hocks.
No, okay.
So that's you used to put it in like greens and beans and stuff like that. But I used to fuck with the ham hocks. But outside of that, man, nope.
Yeah, no, I feel you, man. Yeah. I think we'll be more traditional this year. We do small get-togethers now. It's just me and like the immediate fam now. It's not no big cousins and aunts. Yeah. It's kind of sad, but it's kind of cool too. So
that's the best way to do it, man.
Yeah, it really is.
Honestly, your immediate family has a family now.
Yeah.
So it's like, your sister got kids.
Yeah.
So you got the nieces and nephews, and then, other little family. So that's all you need.
Yeah. Yeah. No, definitely. I agree, man.
Yeah. That's how it is with my family now. So, if it's my sisters, mom, dad, and then my nieces now got kids. And they got their significant others and all that shit. So that's a whole damn household.
Yeah. That's a
so we don't
big ass get together, man.
Yeah, so you don't need no cousins and aunties and stuff like that.
No, I agree. They doing their own thing. Let them do their own thing. We doing our own
Yeah.
thing now. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
like separate factions, but it
Yeah.
is what it is. But anyway, a lot to break down and talk about. And we'll start off with the World Series win, man. Fuck it, we ain't covered that, so we got to celebrate that. Figgy, I know you were working, burning that midnight oil at the radio station, covering. I listened to some of it. I didn't stay awake for the entire broadcast. So y'all stayed on to like what 4 a.m. plus the daylight savings time. So it was really like even more than that.
Yeah. So we brung in Captain Mickey, the Fisher Show.
Yeah.
So we stayed on. All the way until that time.
So how was it, man? What was the energy like? Did you actually go out to watch the game, or were you just at the station the whole time?
Man, this is like, I'm super happy that they won, and it felt good for the Astros to win, because it would have sucked if they lost.
Yeah.
And all we would have been talking about is, but Dusty Baker got to go, but it's all on Dusty.
Yep.
That's all they say every time the Astros lose. This one's on Dusty.
Mm-hmm.
And but so I'm glad they won, but I ain't experienced nothing, man. So when they won it, I wasn't out because I was at the station seeing if they was gonna win. And after Alvarez hit that home run, I knew they was gonna win. But I ain't experienced nothing, man. I was at the station the whole time. By the time I got finished, I went home, and then Monday was the parade. So they did a live broadcast at the parade, and which I couldn't go. So I was at the studio the whole time. And by the time it was over, I was still at work. I ended up going home. So it sucked. I ain't experienced nothing, man. So everything looked good on TV. It sounded like it was fun.
Yeah.
But I ain't experienced shit.
Yeah, no, I feel you, man. But to be honest, I don't know if it's just like more of a post-COVID thing too, but like I don't really desire a mass people get together no more, man. Like even going to a concert, I don't think I want to go to a concert again unless it's somebody I really want to see. Yeah. Like I'm not going to go on a whim to be around a shitload of people and have to deal with that, waiting lines and deal with traffic. And like now, every time I go out, I just think about those things. Like, I got to sit in traffic. I got to do this bullshit. We got to walk from the parking lot all the way to this place. We got to walk all the way back. We got to be in a bunch of people. They're going to be talking to us. I don't want to talk to them. It's like a lot of things that just go through my mind. It's like, so maybe that's just me. I'm just an introvert, but I don't really desire that no more, man.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way too. Like I don't mind it, but I'm not like I went to the parade in 2017 and I had a blast. So I necessarily didn't need to go to this one.
Yeah.
But I still feel it still kind of sucked that I missed everything.
Yeah.
Like damn, I could at least roll around downtown honking the horn and stuff. Going around, dapping up people or something, but yeah, it was all good, man. It was all good.
Nah, I feel you. If y'all watching and y'all were at the parade or had any events you went to, let us know how you felt about it and how the energy was, man, and how it compared to 2017, because I do want to know y'all's thoughts on it. Yeah. But yeah, man. So congratulations to them. Definitely one they needed to win. So I'm glad they did it. And I just hope this ends this whole defeatist Houston sports attitude we had, man. Because I thought it would end in 2017, but then the whole cheating allegations came out. So then they were like, "Oh, even when we win, we're still cursed." So I hope now, once and for all, we can stop this whole, "Oh, this is just Houston sports. Oh, it's just Houston sports. We get excited, nothing good happens." Like this defeatist attitude that the fans have. I remember these Astros fans being down on the team early in the season. I remember certain radio hosts being down on the team too, talking like this team was not going to make a postseason run like that. Like I remember all the talk, man. I remember all the Dusty Baker just doesn't know what he's doing. Oh, the bastards, I don't know.
Dusty Baker is in over his head. Dusty Baker just stuck in his ways.
Yep.
I'm really glad he got one, man.
Me too.
That's somebody that needed to get one.
Yep.
like he was one of my favorite managers in baseball. Just how cool he was and how successful he was, but that was the one thing he didn't have. He didn't have a World Series, so I'm glad he got one.
I am, man. I think he's a perfect guy to have taken over after the whole scandal.
Yeah.
You know, because he really don't give a fuck, man. That's the thing. He really don't give a fuck about any of that shit. Like he just there to play baseball, man, and manage them dudes. He don't care about no damn trash cans and whatever the fuck was going on, dog. So he was the best person to take that spot after all that happened. So
yeah, and
I'm happy for him too, man.
Yeah, and then he kind of left everything in place too. So he ain't that type of person that's just a control freak or let me get my guys in or I got to do this. He came in, he knew what it was, and he just sat back and chilled. And he did his job, but he ain't changed a lot of shit.
Yeah, I mean, like he said, it's like he just wrote the names in the paper, man. They're the ones who went out and performed. So I mean, you definitely could tell he wasn't over managing or like giving, fucking talking down on people and acting all crazy. He just like, hey, y'all know what y'all doing. He just did what he had to do. But yeah, I'm happy for him, man. Happy for the whole team. Great win. Happy for all Houston fans, everybody who was down about the cheating thing. Now they can't say shit, man. So yeah, New York, LA, all y'all eat a dick. The Astros are the 2022 World Series champions. Ain't nothing you can do about it.
How happy were you when they just rolled over the New York?
Oh man, I was like, it couldn't be any better. I was so happy because they were talking all kinds of shit. New York just got to. I know it's in New Yorkers' nature to talk shit, but every time they talk shit, especially in sports, it goes horribly. Remember, they won one game against the Hawks in the playoffs with the Knicks.
Yeah,
and they're like, "Oh, New York back, New York back." They were in the crowd. They didn't win a single game after that, man.
Yeah,
it was a gentleman's sweep. And now they talk about we won Houston and they get swept out the playoffs, man.
Yeah,
like they just got to shut the fuck up. They need to take some of our defeatist attitude and get it to them, man. Because this whole we're from New York, we gotta talk shit. Nah, y'all get y'all ass whooped in every major sport now. So chill out. But yeah, it was a beautiful thing, man. It would have been better if they got the Dodgers too, but I understand they sucked, so they couldn't even get there. But yeah, it was a beautiful thing, man. I was happy to see it.
Yep.
So congratulations to them. Anything else sports wise happened? Oh, how you feel about your boy Deshaun Watson returning to practice, man? Do you think he is like the only big quarterback move that might not be ass this season? We don't know yet because he hasn't played, but every other trade has looked horrible so far.
Russell Wilson looked awful.
Yeah,
he's pretty much stealing money at this point.
Yeah,
I don't look smart.
Yeah. I'm shocked how far he fell off in just 1 year, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
So,
Aaron Rodgers looked bad. He got paid a lot of money. He looked bad. He looked
Tom
like
Brady came back and sacrificed his whole life and marriage and everything, and now he looks ass too. So
yeah,
Deshaun Watson might be the only big guy who got a lot of money who might still be good this year. We'll see.
I think it's possible, man, because I know the Browns kind of suck right now, but I don't think it have anything to do with the offense. I think the offense was okay. I ain't think they was gonna be I ain't think the offense was gonna be like this with Jacoby Brissett. So I think they'd be better, obviously, when he come back, but they got some issues on defense. So they might be more in the games, they might win some games, but yeah, I don't know. It's a good thing for the Texans if the Browns don't make the playoffs, obviously, because they get a better pick. But yeah, I don't know if the Browns were looking forward to making the playoffs like this. So we'll see, man. We'll see. If anything, they can use the rest of this season for Deshaun to knock off the rust and then be good next year.
And I will say, if the Texans only need to win one game, and that's against Deshaun Watson when he comes through with the Browns in week, I think it's 10. in a couple
in
weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I was gonna
that.
ask you something about that too, man,
What's up?
because a lot of people we had this discussion a few months ago.
Hmm.
I think it was before the season,
Yeah.
but we was asking a lot of fans if which game is more important. Which one would you rather win? The game against Deshaun or the game against the Cowboys? And a lot of people were saying the Cowboys. I'm like, what? I'm
Because
like,
they were
so you
probably Deshaun fans, man.
I don't think they were the Sean fans. And some of them was explaining because obviously it's a lot of Dallas fans that live in Houston,
Mhm.
and it was more because of my buddy gonna talk shit if they beat us, so I just want to stick it to my buddy. Blah blah. It's just like, man, come on, man. Like who? Like, no, you gotta whoop Deshaun Watson's ass when he come back here for his first game. That would be a successful season to me. If they beat the Browns, if they make Deshaun Watson look awful, I think that's a successful season more than just beating the Cowboys. But a lot of people kept saying, "Oh, y'all ain't from Houston, so y'all don't understand." So I don't know. So I figure I asked you because you are from Houston and you hate Dallas too. But which one would you rather have? You rather the Texans to beat Deshaun Watson and the Browns, make them look bad, or beat the Cowboys?
Absolutely the Browns, man. Absolutely. Like I get number one, Cowboys and Texans is not a rivalry. I mean, they've been way better, way longer. And yeah, they ain't got no ring since the early 90s, mid 90s, but we don't have any at all. So, I mean, I get you don't want, I mean, I don't even know if Dallas fans talk shit like that to Texans fans anymore, man. I feel like it's very one sided. They're thinking about playoffs. We're thinking
Yeah.
about the draft.
Yeah, and two,
Okay.
I think Cowboy fans think more. They talk shit more to Philly
Yeah.
Philly fans and
Philly
Dallas
fans, New
fans.
York fans, things like that.
Yeah,
But they ain't, I don't think they really worried about the Texans. It seems like the Texans are more worried about the Cowboys, and the Cowboys are worried about the Texans fans. So
yeah,
yeah, I understand it's the inner Texas rivalry, but
yeah.
it's not really a rivalry. I don't care about beating it. Like, it would be great to beat the Cowboys, sure. But
Mhm.
Deshaun cannot stunt in NRG Stadium after what he did, man. It can't happen,
Gonna come
okay?
back like slime
It
season.
can't. We can't have Deshaun come back and win his first game in 2 years in our stadium on the other team.
Yeah,
This can't happen at any cost, man. I don't care. Deshaun, like Davis Mills got to catch the Holy Ghost or something. I don't
yeah,
know what has to happen. Defense got to step up. They cannot lose. And look, I don't hate Deshaun Watson. Like, I get why he wants to leave. The allegation things are, we're not getting to that, man. It was some
yeah,
creepy shit that was alleged, and I don't condone any of that, of course. But I understand why he wanted to leave. Like, I understand the reasons organizationally. But as a Texans fan, you can't have him come here and stunt and be cool with that. Like,
yeah,
at all costs. The Cowboys win. The Cowboys win. Ain't that game at Texas Stadium too in Dallas?
yeah. It's in
Oh
Dallas.
yeah, like who gives a shit, man? It's an away game. If
Yeah,
Dallas wins, that's what they're supposed to do because they're better than
yeah,
the Texans.
yeah,
But we should be better than a Deshaun Watson with a 2-year layoff, man.
yeah,
Okay, and he was struggling even before that. So
yeah,
he can't come out here and stun at Energy Stadium with the whole stadium booing him. That would be the worst case scenario for this team. They have to win that game. Okay,
yeah.
so
I'm kind of curious because you mentioned booing them, and we talked about this early on about the environment. I'm not sure how the environment going to be, man. It might be probably 60 to 70% Browns fans in there, man, because I feel like a lot of people checked out. There's a lot of Browns fans coming to this game, and that Thursday night game is when I actually realized it because it had to be about 85% Philadelphia Eagles fans in
yeah.
there, and it was clear as day. They when the Texans ran on the field at the beginning, they were getting booed. It was like a big loud boo. And then where I'm like, what the fuck? Like, it was hard to follow the game because, I was talking to people, I was watching on the TV, and then I hear some loud cheering, and I'm like, oh shit, what the Texans do? No, Davis Mills threw an interception. And it was like a loud cheering. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this is sad, man. So I'm not sure how Cleveland fans travel, but I know a lot are traveling here just off the strength of it being Deshaun Watson first game, and they don't want to miss it. So
that's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be 80%. It might be. I'm sure it's probably gonna be less than that, but just imagine him running out on that field and this more cheering than booing. That shit gonna look weird.
That's honestly a good point. Also, we might be underestimating the amount of people in Houston that are still Deshaun Watson fans.
Yeah, that's true.
There might be people from Houston that are wearing Deshaun Watson jerseys in room for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, so, I don't see Larry and Stafford booing Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, hell no, man. He's gonna be out there with the pom poms. Okay, yeah. I don't know, man. Like sometimes I think we're stuck in a bubble where we think like all Texans fans hate Deshaun Watson because of how he left, but in real life it might be different, man.
Yeah, some people might be like, screw it, he gone, move on, but they ain't about to sit there and boo him or disrespect him. They might just be sitting there.
Yeah, so, and the Texans team is not giving the fans much to cheer for, honestly. Like their offense has gone from mediocre at best to just plain awful and horrible. So, I mean, yeah, you bring a good point. It might not be as hostile towards Deshaun and the Browns as we might think it's going to be. So, yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see.
I'm a little worried. And then, not to mention, a lot of people are already checked out.
Yeah.
So,
Astros won a World Series, man. I don't think anybody cares about anything else now.
Yeah.
The Texans suck, but who cares?
Yeah. When the schedule first came out, people was hyped, but we didn't anticipate them being 1-8-1 or some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And even I don't think nobody expected them to go to the playoffs or nothing, but I didn't think they was gonna look worse than last year. And they look worse than last year, so a lot of people checked out.
Yeah, and I can't blame them, man. Like, look, I don't understand. Like, be a fan if you want to be a fan, but I don't knock people for checking out and not wasting their Sundays or spending their hard-earned money on a team that's bad. Yeah. Like if it's not worth your time, you're not a true fan for sticking around and wasting money on a bad product.
Yeah,
that's just a mark. Okay, so I understand checking out on this team for this season. Hopefully the draft is better, and we have some pieces. It's like the Rockets, man. We have some pieces. We got some draft picks. They're gonna lose for the next couple of seasons at least, but we'll see what happens. But yeah. Now with that being said, that's our sports topics of the day. Let's get into music, man. Time to break down some music, some new releases. Now the Godson himself, Nasir Jones, is back. He has dropped his new album with Hit Boy producing again. It is called King's Disease 3. Of course, the third installment in the King's Disease series. No features at all on this one. No, it's featureless. Just a complete whole Nas album. It's about 51 minutes long, 17 tracks total with a bonus track at the end. And yeah, it's exactly what you think it is. It's a Nas album produced by Hit Boy, somebody he's really connected with, and it's had some good music out. Some people think he's irrelevant. 21 Savage, we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
But apparently he did some decent streaming numbers for a legacy artist first week. So we'll see where it goes from here. But Figgy, let's break it down, man. How you feel about this new Nas album?
I think this is probably, and I keep saying this, but this is probably one of my favorite albums of the year, man.
Oh yeah,
I enjoyed this album a lot. I think this is probably the second best out of the 3 installments.
Mhm.
So I gotta go back to all of them, but man, he been on a tear, man. I feel like, and we're gonna get to 21 Savage because I have an interesting take on this, but he been on a like I never seen a 4-album run like this
Mhm.
from a older artist. I don't know, maybe we could probably discuss this, but I mean, what was a good 4-album run from like Jay-Z? What was his last 4 albums?
Oh no, I don't
That
even want to think about that. I gotta look
yeah,
that up.
like what's some yeah, like it's been a minute since Jay-Z respectfully had a 4-album run. Maybe since his first album, maybe Reasonable Doubt, Volume 1, Volume 2, maybe around that
4
time.
albums? Yeah.
4 straight
Yeah.
albums.
Okay. See, I can't. There's always a shaky one in there. Reasonable Doubt,
Yeah.
In My Lifetime, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3. Volume 3 is kind of eh. Then you got Dynasty, Blueprint, Blueprint 2, and the Black Album, which would be a great run if not for Blueprint 2. So yeah, a 4-album run of good to great albums is rare in hip hop.
Yeah, and even honestly, I ain't trying to compare the two, but look at Nas last 4 albums and Jay-Z last 4 albums. Like to me, the one I like from Jay-Z, I like the 444 album. I thought that was a
Mhm.
solid project. But the other ones are kind of, they kind of forgettable, to be honest. Like you'll get some joints on there, but I felt like a lot of that stuff didn't really age as good as this Nas album is probably going to age. But from here to there, I think Nas is on a legendary run with these 4 albums, man. And mind you, this is 4 albums in 2 years. So I don't know what it is, but I like it a lot. And I'm happy for Nas. I wish I feel like he not really getting the credit he deserved with this either, because you have a lot of people that say, yeah, Nas, that's a good album. That's a good album, but they not really breaking this album down, man. They broke the Jay-Z God Did verse down for like a
Mhm.
month. They had a CNN special on it. But I feel like he's not really getting the credit from this 4-album run, man. And this album is just as good, man. I like mostly all the album. It's one song on here where I almost skipped it. Track 11 is WTF
I knew
SMA.
it. I would bring that up too. I was like, yeah, that title
I was
track, the
listening to it.
name of it.
I was listening to it. I'm like, I'm like, nah, this ain't it, man. This one ain't it. And as soon as I skipped it, you know how you hit the skip button and take a minute to skip, the beat started breaking
Yeah,
down. As soon as
it
I
turned
skipped
into a
it,
good
I'm like,
song.
oh
Yeah,
shit. I'm like, what the fuck? So I had to go back and skip all of the first part just to hear the beat change. And the beat change honestly saved that song for me. Now, I don't know if I will ever go back to that song, but I was about to say that song is trash, it's pig pen and all that shit. But the beat change kind of saved it for me. But I did cringe with the WTF SMH. Like, I don't want to hear Nas talking like that. But to
talking
be
about
honest,
low vibrational shit. Like, come on, Nas. Millennial
yeah,
Nas over here. Generation Z Nas. 50
yeah.
years old, man. Stop it.
But outside of that, man, I liked everything else. I like the Michael and Quincy record a lot.
Mhm.
I kind of laughed when he kind of threw a little friendly jab at Jay-Z.
Yep.
Say people playing Ether on Tidal or something, and
Listening to Takeover. Had to
yeah,
text Jay like it ain't over or something
yeah,
like that. Yeah.
yeah. I kind of like that, man. I think that's good because I think the last time somebody brung those records up to him, they mentioned how they don't even go back to that record. They don't even
Mhm.
acknowledge that record no more. They pretty much put it in the past, which I can respect. But it's good that he was kind of throwing a little jab at that. That was cool. I appreciate that. But overall, man, King's Disease 3, I enjoyed it a lot. I wonder I wonder when the next album coming, man, because this dude is on a tear. This is like this is like 450-point performances, man. And yeah, I wonder if he just gonna keep going with the King's disease. But yeah, they need to keep going, man. I don't think Nas should ever work with another producer again. They should him and Hit Boy should have a lifetime contract together because I enjoying everything, and it don't even seem like it's old because some people work with the same producer and shit starts sounding stale a little bit. To me, it don't even sound stale. And I like this a lot, man. I can't rave about it enough. These 4 albums might be Nas's best run. Like all of these albums are to me, I will put these. I'm not saying it's better than Illmatic or anything, but you can make a case like put these albums up against any of his old albums, man. And I think it's a debate. I don't think it's, this ain't like putting Blueprint 3 up against Reasonable Doubt or nothing.
Yeah.
I think this is a legit argument, and it could go either way. But that's me just raving about, how good he sound for the past 4 albums. But I gotta say it's qualified, man. I enjoy this a lot. I hope he keep going, man.
Qualified.
Okay. Yeah, man, I pretty much agree with everything you said. And what up, Tab? We see you in the comments as well on YouTube.
Yeah.
What's going on, man? Glad to have you as well. Yeah, y'all both brought up the fact that nobody's really talking about this album. And I think, I don't know why it's not being promoted, man. I don't know why. It seems like Nas just didn't want to do a promo run for this. I mean, he didn't want to advertise. He might have did some social media links and all that, but I mean, he didn't do the chitlin circuit of doing the hip hop shows. He could have done some stuff with because I know even Black Thought and Danger Mouse did the Sway interview. Like they did some promo for the album they dropped earlier this year, which I also think is one of the best albums of this year, the Black Thought and Danger Mouse album. But yeah, I didn't see Nas anywhere. I know he did a show at Madison Square Garden, I believe, this past week or maybe upcoming, but I didn't see any. I didn't see any music videos. They might have did one. I didn't see anything. I didn't see any interviews. It would have been nice to see him and Hit Boy. I know Hit Boy did a few interviews. I didn't see Nas really promote the album like that, and I don't know why. But yeah, I agree with everything you said, man. The album is very good. I kind of lagged on listening to it because I'm a Jay fan, so I'm like, Nas dropped another album. I'm always like that with Nas. I don't know why, but I always struggle to listen to it because I'm like, I don't want to
beef go, man. The beef is over, man. It's squashed.
This nigga gonna be rapping like he got a kufi on again. I think of them Jim Jones. This is in my head. I'm like, but nah, this album is really good, man. And the strange thing, like every time I listen to Nas albums, you forget that there was a time where rappers would make a song and it would be about something. Yeah. Like it would have a theme to it and it would be throughout the whole song. And that sounds like a crazy old head take. Like, oh, these boys ain't rapping. They don't rap about nothing. But it's really true, man. Like, think about all the popular hip hop songs and albums and rappers out now. How many actually have a song with a concept?
Yeah.
Like when he talks about the song Once a Man, Twice a Child, about the process of getting older as a man and how it feels for us. He's about to be 50 years old. And he talks about, his thoughts about that. And it's crazy how that's rare now, but it really is, even for Jay. Like, for example, one of the songs I was listening to earlier this year was that Lil Durk song with Gunna, What Happened to Virgil. I was expecting that song to be like a R.I.P. Virgil song. That song ain't had nothing to do with Virgil, man. Like, it sounded like there was one bar about Virgil.
So it's pretty much like a West Side Gun song.
Yes. Like it was one bar about Virgil. The rest was about sipping lean, everything they always talk about. And it was like it was a sad sounding song. Of course, it was the video was a tribute to Virgil, but the song it had the damn thing to do with Virgil, man. And it's like, how hard could it be to write a song about a nigga you knew?
Yeah,
Like, you can't even do that for a verse. But this is how new rap is, man. And it's like I don't shit on it. It is what it is. But it's just refreshing to hear a Nas album where he makes a song with a concept. He throws some. The First Time was a great song as well. I like how he threw in, the first time you heard about Nas, they probably said I rap over bad beats. It was just funny that he actually acknowledged that. Because that's something people have been saying for years now, that Nas can't pick a beat.
Yeah.
They don't say it no more with Hit Boy now. But it's a very good album, man. I like a lot of the shots he threw in. I like the messages in it. I liked the production is great. Like I said, I say this every time they drop, but I would have never thought Hit Boy would be this type of a producer, man.
Yeah, me
never. Hit Boy of all people. Like he damn near sound like Premier in his prime on some of these songs, man.
Yeah.
It's a very well done boom back type beats that Nas sounds perfect over. I agree wholeheartedly with the WTF Estimate song, man. I wanted to skip it so bad, but I'm like, I gotta listen to the whole album to review it. And then it switched up. I was like, is this a new song? Wait, it's the same one? Okay, I'm rocking with it now.
I was about to, I actually skipped it, man. I was just like, close. I thought it was the same. I didn't think the beat was going to switch up. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I heard it. Like, I don't like that song.
Yeah.
And then the beat was switching. I'm like, whoa, what the? And then skip to the next. I'm like, fuck, I got to go back to it and hear this beat switch up. But
yeah, no, I was the same way, man. I was like, number one, the track title, period. I did not want to hear a song like that. Yeah. But the beat switch part was actually really good, man. I'm glad I stuck through it because it was really good. And I like the song now, at least half of it. So, yeah, man, it's just a great album for a hip hop head, period, dog. And it's kind of a reminder of what Nas could be, or any great rapper could be, if they didn't try to make like a club hit. If they didn't try to make like a song for the girls. If they didn't try to make like some shit for the radio. Like if you get a great MC and a great producer and just rap and make shit for rap fans, it could be a great project like this.
Yeah.
And that's all it takes, man. But so many people want to stay quote unquote relevant. And I got to make a song for the radio. I got to make a song for the girls. I got to make a song for this. This is what I've been asking for Drake. I know he won't do it because he's a huge superstar. But I've always wanted just a straight album of just Drake rapping. And I thought we were going to get that with the 21 Savage album, but we didn't. So, yeah, man, I think it's very good. Definitely one of the top 5 albums of this year. And I would also definitely say it is qualified, man.
Qualified.
Yeah.
Yeah. One other thing I want to mention about the he also threw a little shot. This wasn't a little friendly jab either. This was a real shot at Pete Rock.
Oh yeah, Pete Rock, yeah.
Yeah, I ain't know they was going through something, so I had to look it up. And apparently they're in a lawsuit. So Pete Rock is suing Nas because he I want to say he produced something off of the Illmatic album.
Yeah, The World Is Yours.
Yeah. So I guess it's like a little money lawsuit or something going on. And so I ain't know they was beefing like that. I ain't know they was in a lawsuit. So I had an eyebrow raiser right there. I'm like, like damn, why are you going after Pete Rock? And I think a lot of people been going at Pete Rock. I think Funk Flex was going at Pete Rock at one point. So I'm like, damn, what the fuck he got a Herschel Walker thing going on or something? Like why Pete Rock?
I just know he had kind of turned into a bitter old man recently, man. Over the past few years, he had been throwing shots at everybody. He had been upset about a lot of things, and he had been speaking out, and people got tired of it. He's still a legendary producer. Definitely got screwed over a few times. We know what happened with the Juicy record that Diddy allegedly stole from him, and he didn't get any production credit on it. but and things like that. But
Yeah,
yeah, it seems like he's turned into a kind of a bitter man lately. I don't know if it's just money problems or what, but yeah, and Nas went light at him. To be fair, it
yeah,
wasn't like a deep diss, but
yeah,
he was just acknowledging that he was on some bullshit. So
yeah,
yeah, but I caught that too, and I was like, okay, but yeah, I'd heard before that they had been beefing and there was lawsuits and shit involved. So yeah,
yeah.
I don't know, man. It is what it is. It's music business, and I don't know. Hope they can resolve things and be better. But I don't know, man. I like the fact that he also teased that they could still do a DJ Premier album. Like,
Yeah,
why Nas got to tease fans like that,
I
man?
know,
Like,
man.
you ain't gonna drop no DJ Premier album, dog. Don't tease us like that, man.
Man,
But I thought that was dope. We ban. Can we ban this nigga? Who the fuck spam bot in the YouTube thing? Man, do we have controls over banning people?
yeah, I'm blocking it.
Yeah, block that motherfucker.
Damn, what the fuck? They going ham in here.
Yeah, I know. Spam bots, man. It's what happened when Elon take over shit.
Yeah.
He said free speech for all, and suddenly the bots came through like nobody's business, man.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that in a minute.
Yes. So now we're on the topic of Nas. We got to bring up the controversial comments from 21 Savage. He was in a clubhouse, which
Yeah,
he does like every day, I guess. Like,
yeah. I mean, he got a part ownership of it or
he
something.
must, because he's always on Clubhouse. I remember he used to be on there all the time talking with Whack 100, and now
Yeah.
he's with some other people. And I guess we're talking about Nas. We can't really play the audio because the audio is everywhere, and it was like 10 niggas talking at the same time, so it's hard to hear shit even. But basically, 21 Savage argued or believes that Nas is irrelevant. And a lot of people in the room took offense to that. They were defending Nas. Some people said, nah, he's right. Younger people don't really check for Nas like that, of course. And some, there is arguments brought up on both sides. I can kind of understand,
Mhm.
So, Figgy, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think Nas is irrelevant?
So I haven't heard nobody really say this as much. I might be the minority. I don't know. Call me out if I am. But I'm gonna put Tab comment back up here.
Mm-hmm.
He said nobody talking about Nas. And I kind of agree with it, man. I feel like I said it earlier. I said this was a good 4-run album, a 4-album run, man. And I think this album is great. He won a Grammy for one, but King's Disease 3 is great, man. And I feel like nobody really talking about it. I do think 21 Savage have a point. I'm not sure if this was his point. I mean, maybe he just felt like nobody checking for Nas in the story. But I do feel like he's somewhat irrelevant, but I feel like it's kind of sad, man, because he putting out some of the best music of his career right now. He still sound hungry. The production sound great. The beats sound amazing. And the only people I've been seeing checking or talking about this Nas album are Nas fans and hip hop fans, like old school hip hop fans. These are the only people I see talking about this. But mind you, when Jay-Z dropped the God did verse, everybody and their mama was talking about that verse. You had some dude from CNN breaking the verse down word for word, bar for bar. But I don't see nobody talking about the Nas album like this. And I think 21 Savage have a point, man. I think, and I don't, I want to, and this is no disrespect to Nas, obviously, because we was just bigging up his run, but I think he have a point, man. I think people don't really, either they're not really checking for Nas or they don't really appreciate what Nas is doing. Because I feel like people should be talking about this album way more than it is now. And we talked about the Jay-Z verse too. I thought it was good, but I don't think it was worth all the hype that people was bringing it up to. And I don't think people talked about the Nas album as much as they talked about that Jay-Z verse. So I think he do have a point. I'm not sure if he was trying to disrespect Nas. I think he came back and said he wasn't trying to be disrespectful, but I think he have a good point, man. I think it's a shame that nobody really talking about this album, because if I wasn't a Nas fan, I wouldn't talk about this album. I mean, I wouldn't even check for it because I ain't see nobody bragging about it. But since I am a Nas fan, I go to it no matter what. And I just don't see nobody talking about it like that. So I'm not sure 21 Savage meant it in the way I'm explaining it.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think he's kind of irrelevant in this day and age, because he should I ain't checked the numbers, but I feel like he should at least people should at least be tweeting and talking about how good this album is, how good the last 4 albums been with Nas, and how he rejuvenated his career with Hit Boy.
Yeah, no, I agree to an extent. And I did see the projections. I think Nas debuted in the top. Okay, he debuted in the top 10 with 30K sold. He came in
30,000 sold for the first week.
Yeah, 30K sold, 46 million streams. So yeah, which translated to 30,000 sales, which puts him, let me see. I didn't see the whole Billboard thing. I gotta look that up. But I mean, it's, you know, for an album with no promotion, really, that a lot of people, even some Nas fans, probably didn't know was coming. I guess it's not too bad. But and Tab says the younger generation has already written Nas off as an old retired rapper. I mean, I guess. Like, look, I'm not gonna sit here in front like people under the age of 21 bump Nas like that. I will say though, I think of all the old rappers, like the legendary rappers, I think he's probably one of the more popular ones just because his name is synonymous with like real hip hop. You know, like the grimy street shit. Yeah. You know, and I think a lot of people who are young people who are hip hop heads, you have to listen to Nas to consider yourself a hip hop head, man. So if you're really into hip hop and the art form, yeah, they bump Nas, man. I know younger people who bump Nas because their dad bumped Nas and they're Nas fans because their dad was Nas fans. So I see that with younger people. You know, you go to a Nas show, you'll see all ages, literally. Like you'll see younger people, you'll see people 50 up, you'll see people who are 19 years old. So I'm not gonna say young people don't listen to him, but in terms of what 21 Savage was talking about, yeah, I can see his point. And to your point about the Jay-Z thing, that's what promotion does for you, man. Because I'm sorry, I like Jay, I like the verse. I think Jay's the best to ever do it, but I just don't believe all that conversation about the God Did verse was organic. I think that was a Rock Nation promo machine at work, man. I think Rock Nation got a lot of people in the media signed to them, and they had a mandate that said, talk about this, break this down, explain why it's the best Jay verse ever. Yeah. Which I still can't wrap my head around. How, like, nobody, let's be real, nobody even remember that damn verse, okay? Yeah. I can recite Dynasty intro word for word now. Yeah. I can't remember what the fuck he was talking about on God Did. Now it was just a few weeks ago, man. I don't want to hear no more about the damn God Did verse, man. It was not fire like that. It was a good verse. People hyped it up to the moon and back, talking like it, like the discourse was not organic, man. I don't care what anybody say. That was a Rock Nation machine at work, okay? The same Rock Nation machine that makes you think Megan Thee Stallion the biggest artist in the game right now. You know? So I didn't believe it. But Nas, I mean, he didn't promote anything. He didn't go on Breakfast Club. He didn't go on Hot 97. He didn't go on LA Leakers and do a freestyle. He didn't do any of the shit that people do to hype up the album. And that's why it got this kind of reception, man. Like people who listened to it liked it, but you had to know it was out to listen to it. And if you didn't, you had no idea, no way of knowing it was out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it comes down to promotion. But I'll say this too, man. I see Nas in a lot of commercials.
Yeah.
I see Nas on TV a lot. I don't see Jay-Z on TV a lot, man. I see Nas on TV a lot. I see him doing things. I see him still doing shows, selling out the Garden. I think he probably sold out the Garden. I didn't see the ticket numbers, but I was assuming he did. And I see him active. So relevant is just however you were determined relevant. Do you determine relevant by album sales? Because if you do, a whole lot of people ain't relevant, man.
Yeah.
Even the top supposed rappers ain't that relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Do you determine it by visibility? Do you determine it by net worth and how much money you got? Because technically, you could say 50 Cent irrelevant musically, but he's one of the biggest names in entertainment right now, man. So can you really say 50 Cent's irrelevant wholesale? You really can't. So it all depends on how you determine relevancy and how you define it. And in some ways, you can say he's not relevant. In some ways, you can say he is. It depends on your own definition of relevancy. But it is fun to see the Nas fans get triggered. I'll say that much. It's fun to see them jump out the window explaining why their 50-year-old rapper is still relevant. I enjoyed it. So
yeah, see, it's so tricky too because it's a couple older rappers that still sound good, man.
Yep.
Like you could look at somebody like Raekwon. I think he getting close to 50. He still sound good. He still sound somewhat. He sound a little older, but he still sound like Raekwon.
Mm-hmm.
Ghostface still sound like Ghostface. And like are they? I mean, yeah, they sound good, but I guess are people checking for Ghostface, or is it just mainly their fans or Wu-Tang fans? So I mean, is that kind of relevant?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's tricky, man. The word relevant can be all over the place depending on what you feel is relevant, what you feel is not relevant. But yeah, man, I just think it's a shame, man. Especially the numbers you just put. I know he ain't promoted, but man, it's Nas, man. I don't think like what was the last album? I think Jay-Z promoted the 444 album, but I guarantee if Jay-Z drop a surprise album, I don't think he gonna sell 30,000. I think he gonna, sell a lot. I know he got a bigger machine behind him, but it's just I don't know. I just think, I think 21 Savage really had a point, and I think it's somewhat true, but I think it's kind of sad, man, because I always like Nas, and I think Nas still got it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I feel like we check for him. We listen to his projects and all that stuff. But it's hard to say that, people are fiending for a Nas album. Like, I don't know if he was to stop doing albums, I don't know if people would be like, man, what's up with the Nas album right now? I just don't know if that's true outside of the normal, the hardcore hip hop fans and the Nas fans. And I think he had a point, man.
Yeah, no, I understand where he's coming from, but I also understand how people can defend him and say, like, to people brought this up too, how other artists don't get this kind of scrutiny, man. They don't bring down like Elton John or a Bon Jovi or anybody saying they're not relevant and shit like that.
True. That's a whole nother conversation.
It really is, man. But it seems like only with rap artists do we, like, fucking Isley Brothers could drop an album. Are we gonna call them irrelevant and bring them down? It's only with rap that we do this. It's not even just black artists. It's rappers, man. And it's this race to make everything young. And I understand hip hop is a young man's game. It's a young man's art form primarily, but when you get old, you're still gonna be a rap head, man. You're not gonna switch up. So there's music for every age range in rap.
Yeah, and we kind of seeing it now. Even I don't know if you've seen the baby struggling giving out tickets.
Yep.
I think the last thing I seen was he was in a Cheesecake Factory trying to give out.
Yeah, buy one get one free. I ain't
Yeah,
never seen no buy one get one free concert tickets, man. That shit was
yeah,
wild.
yeah. So remember he was hot like 2 years ago, man,
Yep.
and now you know us included saying he washed or he not that good now, and the dude can't be over 30, man. And we sitting there saying no, it's it for him. That's it. So yeah, it's definitely a rap thing, man.
No, it is, man. And some of our greats we gotta blame for them, man, because in our age there was a lot of ageism going on.
Yep.
Game talking dissing Jay-Z saying you 38 and you still rapping. Ugh.
Yeah.
Everybody calling everybody washed up. Tupac was calling niggas washed up. Like it was a lot of ageism going on in hip hop, man. And everybody gonna get old, hopefully. Everybody gonna live to old age, and 21 gonna live to be irrelevant too. You can
Yeah.
argue he's not that relevant now. He had an album with Drake. That don't count, okay? I could have an album with Drake. That don't mean I'm relevant suddenly.
Yeah.
But I did see the numbers, okay? So we can decide if he's relevant based on numbers. Number one this week, Taylor Swift to 198K. Number two, Drake and 21
So
with
it was 100.
172.
Wait, so Taylor Swift was 190K?
Yes, well, almost
This
200K total. Yes,
Just
this week.
And she dropped a couple weeks ago, right?
She went like 1.5 million her first week.
Jesus
She's
Christ,
at
man.
like 200K now.
Damn.
For this week. Drake and 21 Savage, her loss came in at 172K. Bad Bunny, who's been on the chart fucking forever, is 55,000. Lil Baby is Only Me, 52,000. Louis Tomlinson, I don't know who that is, but he's 41 at number 5. Morgan Wallen, I don't know who that is, 39. The Weeknd, 38. Bruce Springsteen still makes. See, who did any white people call Bruce Springsteen irrelevant?
I see a lot of people shitting on Bruce.
Did they really?
Yeah, I know a lot of people that's like, man, he is not good.
Oh damn! Like they shit on his new album.
Really? Okay, I didn't even know he had a new album
because his new album debuted at number 8.
Yeah,
but he beat Nas.
Yeah, but see, I don't even think people was talking about that album. I think people just in general.
In general, okay, I get it.
But still, to your point though, man, Paul McCartney can drop a damn album. I don't hear nobody saying, man, he washed up. Why is he still dropping music?
Yep.
I don't see that, and they still go on tour.
Did Taylor Swift call Elton John washed up and irrelevant just because she number 1 on the charts now? Did she shit on anybody else? Any older people? No. Yeah. But Nas came in at number 9 with about 30,000. It's 29,667. Glorilla debut. I thought, Glorilla relevant, ain't she?
Yeah.
According to the culture, Glorilla should be more relevant than Nas, but she came in under him with her debut. I think it's an EP though, to be fair. Yeah. But she came in with 28,000, almost 29,000. So close to Nas.
Yeah.
Harry Styles, 27. Black Panther Wakanda Forever soundtrack, 27.
I ain't even listen to that.
Me neither. I don't even know what's on that.
Outside of
the Rihanna song and who else? Ice Spice, maybe. I don't know.
Black Panther.
Did they put Ice Spice on the Black Panther soundtrack?
Oh my god. Let me see who on this album, man. Because yeah, I don't even see it, man. Damn. I just see the Kendrick
Lamar. Lover Boy is still on the top 20 or it's 24. That shit came out last year, man.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, really. So yeah, I mean that's the number. Oh, was SZA on the new Black Panther album? I know she was on the old one. Yeah, I don't know. TDE did not do the Black Panther soundtrack.
No, of course not.
Yeah,
I can barely find it. I see it look like I see a playlist. I don't even see the album.
Is it even out?
I don't think so. If it is, I can't find it.
Maybe it's like an exclusive thing.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know.
What I see it. I think this is it.
Who's all on it?
Okay, I think this is it. We've got Rihanna, Burna Boy, Tim's, Vivir Quintan. Okay, I guess it's like a mixed Hispanic music because they so they had to be like half reggaeton, half hip hop because they got
yeah. So pretty much what you said, with that being on that chart, is the Rihanna song. That's pretty much the Rihanna song. Yeah.
Hey, they got a Toby on it. Shout out to Toby from Houston.
Okay.
Toby's on it.
Yams and juice.
Future's on it on a song called Limoncello. Let me hear this song real quick.
You want me to mute you?
Yeah,
get kicked off
in my headphones, but yeah, it's cool. Yeah. I don't recognize anybody else. Only names I recognize on this album are Future, Toby, Stormzy, E40.
E40, damn.
I guess he relevant too. Burna Boy, Young Stunna, and Rihanna. I don't know anybody else in this album, man. It's a lot of some African names and some Hispanic names.
I see it now.
Why didn't he get Chingo Bling on it, man? Why couldn't he do the Namer anthem?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something else.
It looked like it looked like Rihanna got 2 songs on here. I never heard the Born Again song. I don't know.
I don't see that one. We might be looking at different things. I don't know. You never know.
Yeah, it's the last song on here.
But the last song for me is called Mi Pueblo.
Okay. The last song on I see Mi Pueblo, but I got 20 tracks on here.
Oh, I only got 19. That's wild. But anyway, so yeah. So there that is. I don't think it's gonna live up to the first soundtrack. I'll say that much.
Of course not.
But yeah, so there is that.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, with the irrelevant conversation, it just depends on what you define as relevant. I don't like newer rappers shitting on legends, period. And I don't think 21 really meant it like that. But I just don't like it, man. Especially when somebody's putting in quality work. I think it's more embarrassing when somebody tries to keep up with the current sound and like you got somebody like E40 making a drill record or some shit like that, or somebody like Too Short gonna make a dance song since everybody's doing dance music, some shit like that. That would be corny, man. But when you got somebody like Nas putting out like real hip hop and sticking to his sound,
man.
Exactly. Like there's nothing to hate on there, man. He's staying in his lane, he's providing for his fans, and I don't think anybody should frame that in a negative way, saying it's irrelevant. I just don't like it. I don't like the conversation, period, man. Give Nas his flowers while he's here and just celebrate the fact that he's still making dope music.
Yeah. I don't know the context to the conversation because it was all over the place, but if it was a thing where he was trying to explain how it's a shame that he's kind of irrelevant in this day and age and he making good music, then I would get it. But it seemed like he was just kind of trying to shit on him a little bit. Like, ain't nobody checking for Nas.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't care. Like, he's making good music, man. Like, I don't give a damn if he sold 10 albums. If the music is good, man, you need to appreciate that because it's not a lot of 50-year-olds that's making quality albums like this.
No, I agree, man. I agree. So give the man his flowers and appreciate it because I still remember when it was a long time between Nas albums, man. Like the wait from Life is Good to fucking that bullshit Kanye album, Nasir.
Yeah. Did you see what somebody said on Reddit about that album? I guess somebody who was an engineer or kind of responsible for helping with that album said.
Yeah, she was on a Twitter space.
Yeah.
And whoever listened wrote some of her responses on Reddit.
Yeah.
But basically it confirmed what we already knew. The album was really rushed, like last minute rushed.
It was like rushed, like recording in the car.
Yeah. Yeah. And Nas was pissed off about it. He was asking, what the fuck we doing? And Kanye was like, oh, you the GOAT. You got this. It ain't done for you.
Yeah.
So, nah, we knew Kanye was on some bullshit. She also said that the reason why Pusha T's album was so good and the rest of them weren't was because Pusha T's album was already finished pretty much by that time. You know, he had been working on it for a few years, I think they said. And everything else was just cobbled together at the last minute. And it was there was a couple songs I liked off of Nasir, but overall, it was probably his worst album, man. It was just complete horse shit. I can't believe they even put that out. But that was just Kanye, man. He was going through some things, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but it was interesting comments on the Twitter space from the I think it was the engineer who was around during that time.
Yeah. All right. So I got to put you on the spot, man. I've been thinking about this a lot. So with these last 4 Nas albums, how do you compare it to like Jay-Z's catalog at this moment now?
Well, I'll definitely say more with the recent projects. Nas is
with Jay-Z a little bit because Jay-Z last 4 albums wasn't all that, but Nas last 4 albums were really strong, man.
See, okay. The problem is I like Reasonable Doubt more than any Nas album.
Yeah,
so that's what kind of weighs it more towards Jay-Z side for me, because that's like a top 3 album to me, period.
Yeah.
Also Blueprint, just the nostalgia. I have a lot of nostalgia listening to old Jay records that I don't get from,
man. You being biased.
I am. I admit. If you're talking about objectively, I'll say the past 10 years, Nas has outshined Jay-Z by a lot. I think Life is Good is better than anything post American Gangster for Jay-Z. I think the Damian Marley collab album is better than the fucking Beyonce collab album. Speaking of which, there's a rumor that Jay-Z's doing another collab album with Beyonce as part of this Renaissance trilogy. Yeah. I hope that's a lie. I hope that's a damn rumor.
So my question is, was that Carter's album one of the parts to the trilogy or something? Because the trilogy is 3, right?
Yeah. No. Renaissance began with this first album that Beyonce put out.
Okay, so
this year.
Okay, so a collab is part 2,
possibly.
Or
maybe something else is part 2 and now be part 3.
Okay, but it's for sure about to be 3 of these albums.
Yes.
Okay.
And yeah, I don't like Beyonce and Jay-Z collaborating at all. And the Damian, if you're talking about the collab album, the Damian Marley album is just fantastic.
Do you think that's better than the Jay-Z and R. Kelly collab?
Yes. I don't think that album's aged well at all. There was a couple songs. I like Honey a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot of good shit on that album. That intro was hard.
I don't go back to Not Guilty. Not Guilty is a weird song to listen to now, man. I liked it when it came out.
Yeah.
But that's a weird song to listen to now.
Yeah, I never did like that song, but the Best of Both Worlds, the intro was hard.
I like the intro.
I like the power of the PUSSY. Yeah, I like that song too. But yeah, so the Damian Marley album is better than the Best of Both Worlds.
I think so. Yeah. Okay. This is a dope album, man. And I still go back to it. I don't go back to Best of Both Worlds at all.
Yeah, me.
I got to admit. And it's not R. Kelly canceled. Even before the R. Kelly shit hit the fan, I was not going back to Best of Both Worlds, man.
Yeah.
So, and King's Disease is better than any part of King's Disease is better than 444. And I like 444.
Me too.
But I don't go back to it a lot.
Yeah.
And I think the Nas albums recently had been way better than that album. So
I agree.
The past 10 years, the guy gives a Nas as a career is still up in the air for me, man. I can't pick Nas over Jay. Okay. I put my hat in the Jay camp,
man.
I put my hat back in the Jay camp back in 2001, man. I made my choice. I'm sticking to it. Okay. The war's never over. Like Nas said on this album, it ain't over.
Yeah. So, what was outside of 444? What was the last best Jay-Z album?
Let me
Like
look
the
at
last
his
album where he like, this is actually pretty good. Was it American Gangster?
Yes, I hated Blueprint 3 and I really hated Magna Carta Holy Grail. So, yeah, American Gangster, which was back in 2007.
Damn, that was that long?
Yes.
Shit.
And
I was
444 came out 10 years after that.
Damn.
So that's wait a minute. Jay-Z on Takeover said Nas had a one hot album every 10-year average. Jay literally had a one hot album every 10-year average with the 10-year wait between American Gangster and 444.
Damn, man.
So Jay-Z lived his own rhyme, man.
Yeah. And Nas
pretty crazy.
Nas damn sure ain't got that average now.
Nah.
That nigga dropped 4 fire albums in 2 years.
Yes. And people might argue and say he dropped Watch the Throne with Kanye in 2011. I don't count that as a Jay album.
Yeah.
I don't count it as a Jay album. I'm sorry. It's a Jay and Kanye album.
Yeah. What about the other album with old boy from New Orleans? I forgot his name. The Jay Electronica.
Oh yeah.
Do you count that as a Jay-Z? I don't.
No, because it was a Jay Electronica album.
Yeah.
Jay only jumped on that album so he would release something. Because Jay Electronica was never going to release anything, and Jay-Z got tired of it. He said, "Look, if I do half of the album, so be it. You have to put something out, nigga."
Yeah.
And they finally did it.
Yeah.
But I like the album though. I like the album. Okay. Since I'm counting Nas and Damian Marley as a collab album and part of Nas discography, I guess I got to add in Watch the Throne too. So,
but is that better than Bob Marley? I don't think you like Watch the Throne like that.
I didn't. I think it's aged terribly, man. The beats, them techno shits, they sound awful now, man.
Yeah.
I don't like any of the beats on Watch the Throne now, man. There's a couple songs I like. Prime Time. I like what else is on there? I never liked Niggas in Paris. I'm sorry. I never liked that song.
That was a moment, man. I remember I was still in the club at that time. And people was going crazy when that song came on, man. So that got a special place in my heart. Originally, I ain't really care for the song, but like I was forced on liking it.
Yeah, I like Murder to Excellence was okay. Not Made in America. Why I Love You, I like that song. Gotta Have It was okay. And that's really it, man.
Yeah.
I never liked Otis.
Really?
I didn't like Otis, man. That just the fucking loop with no beats or drums at all. I hated that shit.
Damn,
very basic rhymes from Jay-Z as well on that album. That's why I didn't like it.
You sound like Tab now. Song ain't got no drums to
it. It can be good if the song itself, it's because a lot of times the beat itself will have drums on it, and I'm fine with that. But that Otis sample, I didn't really like it. I didn't like the bars from Jay-Z are very basic. That was a bad era for Jay, rhyme-wise, lyrically, man.
So which one you think is better, that verse or the verse on Swagger Like Us?
Oh man,
not don't fit. Dip it over in the
we went to soda. Oh god, that was bad too. That was an awful. Oh man, I don't even want to go back to like 2009 through like 2000 maybe 15 was like an awful era for Jay-Z, man. Like that, he was lost lyrically. He was until he found this more recent laid back style. He had been through hell, man. It was a tough time as a Jay stan to hear him act like he was acting on the verses, man.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of people love the American Gangster album, and I appreciate it. But when I tried to go back to that album a few months ago, I was just cringing a lot, man, because he had that sing style, man.
Yeah.
I'm one of the greatest. I'm coming through bling. I'm going to bling. I'm going to bling. And then for the wallet, they call me over. I was just like, ugh, I don't like this one. I like the Jay-Z style now more than that.
Yeah. No, I know on American Dreaming. Yeah, I know you're talking about. I like that song too, but that singing Jay, like, yeah, it was bad, man.
Yeah, he was doing it. He was doing it too in Blueprint 3 and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a rough time to be a Jay fan. I'll say that much, man. It was yeah, that Jay flow I was not a fan of. The singing whisper sound of Jay. Yeah, I was not a fan of it. Yeah, I was not a fan of that either, man. It was a rough time. But we beyond that now.
Yeah.
Is Jay gonna drop, man? Is Jay gonna come back to rap now that Nas is dropping classics?
He gonna drop with Beyonce, his wife. Make a Renaissance too.
What if that's the reason? Hey, what people always talk about Nas and Jay-Z still having beef and competing. What if he just drops to massively outsell Nas and say, hey, look what I did? Even though Beyonce is a cheat code, okay?
Oh, yeah.
But what if he just comes out and drops with Beyonce just to shit on his numbers and do like 100K first week or whatever it would do?
Are you shocked that Jay-Z didn't drop anything or anybody from Roc Nation didn't drop anything when Nas dropped?
Yeah, kind of. Because it's not like it was a surprise album. Everybody knew it was coming.
I ain't gonna lie. I kind of thought Beyonce's gonna drop her video that everybody keep begging her to drop.
Yeah.
I thought she's gonna drop the same day Nas dropped that.
Yeah.
So
that's
kind of strange. She ain't dropped nothing like that.
Dog, I don't know what happened to Beyonce. Like, I've been talking about this for a few weeks now, man. I don't know what's going on with Beyonce, man. How you gonna let Taylor Swift just come through and shit on you like that? Like, you ain't gonna put up a fight? Taylor Swift did a 1.5 million first week. Beyonce did like 300K.
That is
like, you're not gonna even try. Like, your fans, we gotta question the Beehive. I want to hear what excuses they got. We gotta talk to Leroy, man.
Yeah,
he wanted to be he's part of the Beehive. We gotta ask what's going on with Beyonce, man, because she did not support this album at all.
Yeah,
no videos, no performances, no tour. Taylor Swift just shut down Ticketmaster.
Yes, I was just about to bring that up. They pretty much said no concert.
Taylor Swift shut down an entire Ticketmaster operation because her fans were crazy trying to buy the pre-sale tickets for her tour. And Beyonce she ain't touring, she ain't performing, she ain't dropped anything music video wise. She just dropped the album and went ghost.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, man.
Yeah.
Strange strategy going on for the Roc Nation camp.
You think she was disappointed with the numbers?
I have no idea. I mean, possibly. I think she might blame some of it on the leak, which really did make a difference. But I'm sure she would blame some of it on the leak. But it's possible, man. I mean, it had been a while. People were looking forward to it. She did the whole rollout. She dropped physicals and vinyls and all the stuff that you're supposed to do to get a lot of numbers. And it didn't do all that well, considering. So,
yeah,
I don't know, man, but we'll see. Maybe she'll wait till all three parts are done. I still think she's going to drop before the end of the year, man. I just have a feeling she's going to drop something. Yeah.
Yeah, especially
like on Christmas or something.
Yeah, especially with that leak coming out saying her and Jay-Z gearing up for Renaissance Part 2.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to say they're always last minute, but when they tease something, it ain't about to be a year from now.
Mm-hmm.
If something come out, that means it's coming soon.
Yeah.
So it could be in December, man.
It could be. We will see what's going on with them. But yeah, I have no idea what the strategy is over there. I don't know how you're just gonna let Taylor Swift just run game on you and just completely shut you out on the pop chart.
Yeah,
but didn't Adele drop this year too? I'm sure she outsold Beyonce too. So
yeah, I think so too.
Yeah,
I think that album was a bit of a flop too, because my wife ain't talking about that album in a long time, man.
Nobody likes her because she lost weight and got a man.
Yeah, she happy.
Nobody want to hear happy music, man.
Yeah,
that's why Taylor Swift knows the game, man. She still sings about pain and shit and struggle.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Nobody want to hear Jay-Z and Beyonce rap about being rich and billionaires. Nobody want to hear that shit, man.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're gonna do, but she got to make a song about the struggle somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Go back into some trauma and some things people relate to. Because
yeah, she need to make another Lemonade.
Something. Jay-Z got to cheat again, man. I don't know. Something got to happen.
Jay-Z got to lay low and go with it. The crazy part about it, man, I felt like they would do something like that.
I think they would, but I think that's only a thing that can only work once. Because if he cheat again and she can't defend Stan with him at that point.
Yeah, she gonna look stupid.
Yeah, people and Jay-Z had to eat a lot of shit from the Beehive for years, and he still is.
Yeah,
for that.
And
I don't think he would survive a second wave of assault from the Beehive. Man.
And I think he on a level where, business wise, it won't be good for him.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Because I think he trying to buy the Commanders and talks about all that shit. So he don't need a fucking Beyonce album talking shit about him.
Sometimes I feel like Jay just does things to rap about it. Like he bought the Brooklyn Nets just to rap about it, even though it was like a very small percentage that he already sold. He invested in Tidal just to rap about Tidal. I think he might just be invested in the NFL team just to rap about it. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. Him and Obama, I think we're talking about being in some kind of group to buy it. So we'll see.
That'd be wild.
Yeah, for real. Man, I gotta run to the bathroom real quick. I ain't gonna lie. So hit the fucking. We'll be right back. Marker. I'll be back in a second, man. We'll keep chopping it up in a second with this damn everything else going on, man. Just hold up. Give me a minute.
All right. All
Hey, I
right.
like the "Be Right Back" music, man. Sound like when you're on a hold with AT&T
Oh yeah.
or DirecTV or some shit, man.
Yeah.
I like it. Very, 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 very calming.
I got like a little list over here. Some copyright free music, by the way. YouTube.
Yeah, don't shut us
Don't
down
cut
for this
this
shit,
shit off.
man. Shit, only music we can fucking play generic, something
man.
type beats. We gotta play fucking Playboy Cardi type beats.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funky, man. I like it. I fuck with it.
Yeah.
So other things that happened this week. Oh yeah, we gotta do our annual Grammy predictions, man. Okay, we gotta the Grammy nominations were announced, and we have to do a Jim and Juice prediction. The tradition of the prediction for Jim's and Juice. We have to make our picks for who we think is going to win. I remember last year, I think we were pretty accurate, man.
Yeah,
I want to say like 80%.
Yeah,
we
we
got
did
right.
pretty good. And if you didn't get it, I got it. And if I didn't get it, you got it. So we was pretty good, man.
Yep. So we gotta keep the streak going, man. We gotta go down the list and see who we think is going to win. So let's go down the nomination list. Let me see if I have a quicker version of it. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. It's a category. Okay, the same shit I already pulled up. Okay. I'm just going to scroll, but fuck it. Okay. First category. Record of the year. Okay. I don't know what record or album of the year always confuse me because they're two separate categories.
Record of the year is like one song, right?
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, record. Okay, it's a song.
But see, they kind. I think they have like a record of the year and a song of the year, or something like that.
It's confusing to call a song a record and an album an album. When I get maybe it's a black. Is it a black thing only? We call albums records.
I have no idea.
I don't know where that came from, but okay, record of the year. But I think song of the year is a separate category. See, there's a record of the year and a song of the year.
This is all scam likely,
right?
This is all trying to make money and all this other shit because they too pussy to give one person the song of the year.
Yeah.
So now they got to make a song of the year and record of the year to please everybody.
And to be fair, I think we complain about this every single year when we do these predictions. So if you're a long-term Gin and Juice listener, you probably saying these niggas saying this shit again. 3 years in a row now, we complaining about record of the year and album or song of the year. It's confusing, man. I don't care how many years we got to do it. It's confusing, and I don't like it. Okay, the nominees for record of the year are "Don't Shut Me Down" by ABBA. I know ABBA was still making music. "Easy on Me" by Adele. "Break My Soul" by Beyonce. "Good Morning Gorgeous" by Mary J. Blige. "You and Me on the Rock" by Brandy Charlie featuring Lucius. "Woman" by Doja Cat. "Bad Habit" by Steve Lacy. The Heart Part 5 by Kendrick Lamar. "About Damn Time" by Lizzo. And "As It Was" by Harry Styles. So Figgy, we got to write this down too. Shit.
Yeah.
So I got to scroll all the way down. Okay, Grammy predictions.
I'm kind of shocked that Doja Cat "Woman" is in there because I thought that song was like 2 years old.
Yeah, I mean, no, their nomination time frame is weird. So a lot of stuff that should be like last year technically was not eligible. So it's got to be this year.
Yeah, but I just thought that song was that. I thought it was nominated before. I don't know why, but maybe it's not that old.
Yeah,
but
what do you think?
I feel like Beyonce should win that one, but I feel like the Grammys are not too friendly with Beyonce, man. I don't know. Maybe the Jay-Z jabs and all that stuff, they probably like, nah, we're not gonna give it to her. I don't even think she's gonna be there. So I don't think she's gonna win that one. I think it will be shit. Who was the other person you
We got
I think it's gonna be Kendrick Lamar.
for record of the year.
I think so. I think they're gonna give it to Kendrick Lamar. I'm probably totally wrong on this one, but I don't see Adele winning it because I haven't really heard that record as much.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird that record was what was the name of that record? It was
Easy on Me.
Easy. I think that's the one. I don't think it's gonna be that. I'm gonna just take a stab in the dark. I'm gonna say The Hard Part 5, but I'm probably wrong on this one because the other songs in this category I'm not really too familiar. I'm not familiar with Harry Styles. It was a couple other names I'm not really familiar with either. But I'm gonna just take a stab in the dark. Go with Kendrick.
Okay. I think it's gonna be either Adele or Harry Styles. Or possibly a dark horse would be Steve Lacy for me to win. I'm gonna take a stab and say I think it's going to be. I'm gonna say Adele. I
Okay.
For some reason I just feel like Adele gonna take it. I'm gonna say Easy on Me for record of the year.
Okay, you might be right to be honest, but it seemed like that song was heavy in rotation at one point.
And I feel like it's a very Grammy friendly song. I'll say like that.
Yeah.
So I can see that winning. And again, we're not predicting what we think should win. We're predicting what we think the Grammys are going to pick.
What's going to happen?
Yes. This is not us giving our opinion on what should win. We're saying what we think the Grammys will pick, being who they are and what they usually pick. So y'all disrespecting Dick Clark's AMAs this Sunday by Holly. Is he doing American Music Awards? What's going on with Dick Clark, man? Dick
Clark. I thought he passed.
Ain't he still alive technically? I can't even remember now.
Is that the dude that be doing New Year's?
Yeah, Dick Clark is dead. He died in 2012, man.
Yeah, that's I was about to say, ain't that the world's oldest teenager?
We're doing Grammy nominations, man. We're predicting what we think is going to win the 2023 Grammys based off of the bougie bullshit they usually pick and disrespecting hip hop and all other art forms. So we're going with our predictions, man. Number 2, album of the year: Voyage by ABBA, 30 by Adele, On Verano Sin T by Bad Bunny, Renaissance by Beyonce, Good Morning Gorgeous by Mary J. Blige, In These Silent Days by Brandy Charlie, Music of the Spheres by Coldplay. I didn't even know Coldplay dropped this year.
Yeah.
Or last year or whenever. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, Kendrick, Special by Lizzo, and Harry's House by Harry Styles. What do you think is going to win?
Okay. I don't think it's going to be Adele, man. But who was the one you read after Adele?
Adele. I said Adele, Bad Bunny.
I think that's what it. I think it's gonna be Bad Bunny.
Album of the year, Bad Bunny.
I think so, man. That dude is like Pitbull on steroids, man. Like whatever he do, go insane, man. He's selling out and tearing up Minute Maid Park. So I think I'm gonna take a stab in the dark again because I don't think it's gonna be Adele. I don't think it's gonna be Beyonce. I would be shocked if Kendrick Lamar won album of the year with this. But I'm gonna take a stab in the dark again and go with Bad Bunny. I don't think it's gonna be hip hop friendly that night. So I'm gonna go with Bad Bunny.
I will say this, man. I don't think Kendrick is going to win any awards outside of hip hop. I think in part because there was controversy over the subject matter in
Yeah,
this album, and there you look. You know how Hollywood and music industry is. They
yeah,
can't be highlighting things like that.
yeah.
So
Just give it to Adele. Be safe with
yeah,
it.
exactly. It's gonna be a safe pick.
Yeah,
Me, I'm gonna go with the dark horse, man. I have no idea what this ABBA album sound like or what it did. I know they've been around for forever. I'm gonna say ABBA's gonna take it because I feel like it's gonna be one of those things where it's like Beck won.
over Beyonce. Was it over
Yeah,
Beyonce? Yeah,
yeah. So I feel like this is gonna be one of the ones where they pick something that a legacy artist did that sounds really good to them, and it's a safe pick, and it's honoring somebody who's been in the game forever. So I'm gonna say this, like I said, it's a dark horse pick, man. But I just have a feeling it's gonna go to ABBA. I'm gonna
okay.
say ABBA for Voyage. It'll be a nice little visual to see all these old white dudes and people up there accepting the award for Album of the Year. Black people are gonna be mad on Twitter, but they're always mad, so whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, next category, I believe, is Song of the Year. I believe they must spread.
And Holly Rachel Worshiper said he think the American Music Awards was founded by Dick Clark. I didn't know that.
Probably. When is the American Music Awards, man? I don't think I've ever
Yeah.
even seen them.
I remember them, the AMAs.
Yeah. When is that shit though? Did it already happen? Oh, it's coming on. It's in 2 days.
Oh, really? Oh,
okay.
I'll check it out just because you said it. I'll check it out.
I wonder if he was being sarcastic.
It's funny because earlier today, when we was on air with John Lopez and Landry Locker, he had a hot take, man. I'll probably play it a little later.
Okay.
But he kind of had a hot take where I was like, wait, hold on, you tripping. And we talked about Taylor Swift a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I'll just say it, but he we was talking to, so we was saying who was more legendary, Michael Jackson or Michael Jordan. And we was like, oh shit. So we all agreed Michael Jackson was more legendary. And Landry asked him who could be in this class, in Michael Jackson's class type thing, as far as his legendary status. You know, this dude said Taylor Swift.
Ugh.
And then I guess he did a little research too. He was saying she had more AMA awards than Michael Jackson. And I was just like, man, like he ended up winning the slime of the week person.
Mm-hmm. Slime ball of the week or whatever. Yeah.
Slime ball of the week. And I was like, man, look, I totally exit the conversation when people start bringing up more awards. Like, that stuff is all fixed, man. The labels is behind these awards. So I paint that with I don't really pay attention to that shit, man, because there's a lot of legendary artists with that without many awards, man. Nas just got his first Grammy a couple years ago.
Prince didn't get a whole lot either.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson should have got I mean, he cleaned up when Thriller dropped, but he deserved a lot more than that. I think he eventually boycotted them and stopped showing up.
Exactly. So I never did like that argument. How many awards he got? But why I said that though, he brung up the AMA. Like, I guess she got more AMA awards than Michael Jackson.
Like, what the fuck?
Like,
because she actually showed up. Like, you think Michael Jackson's gonna show up to the fucking American Music Awards, man? Come on now.
Yeah.
The AMAs is more like pop based. See, look, I bet Bad Bunny gonna win Artist of the Year. I'm looking at these nominees. They ain't even got the names. They just got the pictures and the names. But like the nominees for Artist of the Year are Adele, Bad Bunny, Beyonce, Drake, Harry Styles, Taylor Swift, and The Weeknd.
Yeah.
Like all fucking pop artists, man.
Yeah.
So then now that's 100% political, man. I mean, they're all political,
All
but
of them
that's political and label funded too.
Yeah.
So
yeah, but I answered the conversation when people like, oh, how many Grammys you get? It's like, nah, man, like that's it, man.
yeah.
Like, look, man, I'm not discrediting what Taylor Swift do. I
Mhm.
think she a big artist right now. Look, man, she not Michael Jackson, man. She not
How
she
many
not in
Taylor
the-
Swift songs do regular people know?
That's exactly
Come
what I
on,
said,
man.
man. You got people all over. They can name 5 Michael Jackson songs.
You can Shake It Off, maybe a song everybody recognize. Anything other than that, man, I don't know.
Like,
That's Bad Blood, maybe.
Yeah, what's her Thriller album, man? What is Taylor Swift's Thriller album?
We got to ask Joanna, our resident
It's
Taylor
that,
Swift.
and see that's the crazy part about it. It's like we don't even know her albums like that. I know one of her album. I actually know 2. I know the album Red because that was a popular album, and then I worked at a pop station, and then the 1989 one because that was like her. I want to say that was like her first or second. That was like one of her bigger albums, and that was like a straight up pop album. So that's the only reason I knew it. But like Michael J, like that Thriller album, everything on that album was a #1 hit. Every song on that Thriller album was #1 hit. So like, look, man, I'm like I said, I'm not discrediting Taylor Swift at all.
Taylor Swift got a song you can play on a holiday and everybody know what time it is, like Thriller on Halloween? She got a All I Want for Christmas like a Mariah Carey? Do she got anything seasonal that everybody just has to play that one Taylor Swift song? She don't.
Man, you could talk to somebody. You could talk to a 3-year-old kid, man, and they probably know who Michael Jackson is.
Yeah,
like Michael Jackson was one of those people that everyone like. I don't know anybody that hated Michael Jackson or didn't really know about Michael Jackson. Everybody knew about Michael Jackson. It's a lot of people out here that really don't know much about Taylor Swift, and I'm kind of one of them. I know a little more than the average person probably, but like I can't. If you put a gun up to my head, told me to name 5 songs, I will be dead right now.
I mean, I will say she has a lot of fans, like a lot of fans who support her no matter what. Diehard fans, young fans, and some older fans too. But Michael Jackson was so big that even if you weren't a fan, you at least liked a couple songs. You knew a couple songs, man. Like you knew Beat It. You knew Thriller.
You stop at the TV when he about to perform just to see.
Yeah, exactly. Like even if you weren't a fan, even if you thought he was a creep or whatever, there are some Michael Jackson songs. Beat It, come on, you tapping your feet, man. Thriller, come on, you tapping. Want to be starting something coming on, you tapping your feet, man. Like he was undeniable in music. I don't think Taylor Swift is undeniable. She has huge hits. She sells a lot. She got a huge fan base. She ain't undeniable like that.
Yeah,
it ain't even close.
See, I be wanting to do this exercise with people, like going over to another country and just be like, "Hey, name me 3 Michael Jackson songs right now," and see what people do, and then go to somebody else and say, "All right, name 3 Taylor Swift songs," and see what they do. I just don't think it's that easy to just, oh yeah, Taylor Swift. Oh, you got Bad Blood. You got blah blah blah. It's not like that with Taylor Swift, man. So I it's hard for me to say she in the same sentence. And then this is the funny part. So he read an article. I think it was a Billboard article that named the 10 greatest performers of all time, which I was already rolling my eyes because I'm like, this is about to be awful. #1 was the Beatles.
Okay.
So I forgot who else he said, but Taylor Swift was like #5. And get this, Michael Jackson was #6.
Ridiculous.
So I'm like, man, that's the worst list ever, man.
Ridiculous.
Like, Michael Jackson got to be top 2 and not 2.
Ridiculous.
I would be okay if Prince was #1 or I would be okay with that, but Michael Jackson not in the top 2 is insane, man.
And to be fair, I've heard Taylor Swift put on a hell of a show, man. Like I can't take nothing. I heard her shows are crazy.
Yeah,
but
I'm
it
not
ain't
taking,
Michael Jackson, man.
yeah,
It ain't the bad
I'm
tour.
not
It ain't.
taking anything away from Taylor. And
Yeah,
maybe she could catch up to Michael Jackson at some point.
I
But
will say
right
Taylor
now,
Swift definitely toured more than Michael Jackson didn't tour a lot.
yeah,
That's one thing. But when he did perform, like the world stopped to see him, man.
yeah.
So it was a completely different playing field.
Like, look, man, I'll put it this way. I never met anybody that didn't know a Michael Jackson song
Hmm.
or didn't know who Michael Jackson was. Like I
I
could
agree.
I guarantee you, if I go to my mother is not in the loop of anything. If I go to my mother
Unintended.
and say, hey, you want to listen to Taylor Swift? I guarantee you she probably don't know who Taylor Swift is. I guarantee it. She just that far out the loop. But I can't imagine anybody on this earth that don't know who Michael Jackson is or never heard of him.
No, I agree, man. Yeah, people fainted. Now, look, to be fair, I'm sure people faint at every concert, but yeah, I mean, people lost their mind to even be in near vicinity. He shut down countries, man. When he died, countries that were at war had ceasefires. He said, "Hey,
I
everybody,
forgot
stop
about
shooting!
that.
Michael Jackson just died." Ain't fucking Russia and Ukraine ain't gonna stop shooting and killing each other if Taylor Swift died tomorrow. I'm sorry, she ain't
Yeah,
stopping this war that's going on over there. But Michael Jackson died, and people who have been beefing for generations
yeah,
had called a ceasefire, man. So don't compare them two, man. Don't compare the
yes.
two at all.
People,
It's
man,
silly.
yeah, people who don't even know English were singing Michael Jackson
Yeah,
songs, man. So I just can't put them in the same. And this, like I said, you should. The only person that should be in the same sentence as a Michael Jackson to me is Prince. That's it. I can't put anybody else in the same sentence as Mike.
yeah.
But
I mean, I can't say
and
that. Like,
oh, go ahead.
good. I was gonna say like those are the ones we like the most. I can't say they're the best performers ever. Like we can't deny some people are out there. Like the Beatles were huge, man. I can't knock them. I'm not a
Sure.
fan, but they basically created like the boy band, pop music as we know it now. That was the genesis of all this shit. People went crazy for the Beatles back in the day, man. So
Yeah,
you got to give some people their props, man. Like there's a lot of people out there put on a hell of a show. So but those are my picks personally because I like their music the
yeah,
most. I think they're the best performers, but that's just what I know, what I've seen.
yeah. And I'm a Beatles fan. I listen to the Beatles. I like John Lennon,
Hmm.
but I just don't think they had that same impact as Mike. Mike had everybody. He was a black man. You know, he was making, soul music at one point, R&B music. And once he hit Thriller, that was it, man. He
Yeah.
had everybody in the palm of their hand. And the Beatles were big too, but I just don't feel like the Beatles had everyone in the palm of their hand. It's kind of like how we look at Taylor Swift now because we're not Taylor Swift fans, but we acknowledge her and respect what she's doing.
Hmm.
But she ain't got us in the palm of our hand where we got to stop what we doing to check this album out or see her performance. I think, but Michael Jackson, you had to check his album out. You had to stop what you're doing to see him perform. I think he just had the whole world on all sides in the palm of their hand, man. I just can't say the same thing about Taylor Swift or even the Beatles, man, because my dad grew up, he didn't really care for the Beatles,
Hmm.
but I think now he listened to him a little bit because it kind of reminded him back in the day when he was a kid
Yeah.
and he used to hear it on the radio. But my mom don't care for the Beatles. But Michael Jackson, you could play Michael Jackson in any household and people will get to going.
No, I agree. And yeah, it was a cross-cultural thing with Michael Jackson. Now, I don't think Taylor Swift crosses a lot of cultures, but it is what it is, man. I get your point though, definitely. But we've gotten off topic, man.
Yeah,
I
I just had to throw that in. To me that was a hot take.
I mean, it is. Yeah, I think sometimes
Because
John
I was
just
expecting him to say like Prince or something like that, or I would have
say like the Rolling Stones or
I would
something.
have said
Man. I thought
Elvis.
you'd go like
I would've
old
been-
school with it.
If he would have said Elvis or something like that,
Yeah.
like I wouldn't have argued with that. but Taylor Swift, I'm just like, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Nah, he just probably got kids who are all about her, so he thinks that's, he's being hip by saying something like that.
And to defend him a little bit, I think he was looking at the numbers too. And music, you can't really compare the numbers. This ain't sports.
Yeah.
Music is the numbers is all fake, man.
Yeah, the streams. If Michael Jackson was in the streaming era, come on, man, it wouldn't even be fair.
If he was in if Michael Jackson was in 2022, it wouldn't even be close.
Yeah, no, for real. Yeah. So,
but
I get your point, man. Yeah, I would be annoyed by that conversation too, man, because that's some silly shit.
Yeah, I was shocked. I expected that from Landry, man. I ain't expected that from OG. Even Landry was like, wait.
We got to confiscate the OG tag, man. We got the OG tag for John Lopez is in question. We gotta look into having that looked at, because that's looking a little fugazi. Ain't no OG gonna say Taylor Swift better than fucking Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know about the OG tag is in question, man. Might have to revoke it for old John Lopez.
Yeah.
Okay, back to our predictions. We're only like 2 categories in. So back to our grand predictions, man. Number 3, song of the year. There's a song called ABCDEFU by
I remember
Gayle.
I actually know what that song is.
That song sounds the stupidest shit ever, man.
Yeah, no, it's actually funny because the song be like ABCDEFU type of thing.
I mean, I figured that's what it sounded like, but it just sounds stupid, man.
Yeah, it's a pop song.
Yeah. I mean, somehow apparently it got in, but to be fair, they expanded the nomination list. So a lot of we got to confiscate the OG status from John Lopez after that hot take, man. I don't like the Taylor Swift is better performer than Michael Jackson allegation, but whatever. Anyway, song of the year, ABCDEFU, About Damn Time by Lizzo, All Too Well by Taylor Swift, As It Was by Harry Styles, Bad Habit by Steve Lacy, Break My Soul by Beyonce, Easy on Me by Adele, God Did by everybody, DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, John Legend, Heart Part 5, Kendrick Lamar, Just Like That, Bonnie Raitt. I didn't know Bonnie Raitt dropped a new song. Okay. What do you think?
And this is Song of the Year?
Yes.
And the previous one was Record of the Year?
Album of the Year. Well, we did Record of the Year first, then Album of the Year. This is Song of the Year.
Oh man. I'm gonna go with that. Screw it. I'm gonna go with Adele, man.
Okay.
I don't think she's gonna go for 04. I don't think she's gonna go 04. So I'm gonna go with Adele on this one.
Okay. And for me, I'm going to go Song of the Year. Something tells me they're going to give this one to Beyonce. Because this is supposed to be the new diverse board of Grammy people picking things. And I think they're going to throw black people a bone by giving Beyonce Song of the Year. Because to be fair, it was a pretty big song. I think Beyonce gonna take this one. I'm gonna say Beyonce for Break My Soul.
Okay. That's a shame how we sitting there like, we think they're gonna throw the black folks a bone.
Because this is how it goes, man. Like every year, they're like, it's gonna be different. People get pissed off twice at the Grammys. Number one, the nominations. Number two, when people win, and people get other people don't. And every year they're like, "Oh, we got Questlove on the board. We got black people on the board from the industry.
On here. We got hip-hop people,
it's rappers. Like, dog, do y'all really think they putting in a deciding vote for these people? It's not happening. It's the same people making the decisions. It's all political. And honestly, low key, I feel like that's why Taylor Swift might go for whatever. Because I feel like she is bucking the system of the record industry. And I don't think people like that. So I feel like Taylor Swift might get blanked or maybe only win one.
Is she even nominated? Because
Maybe. I thought I mentioned her name.
Yeah. Maybe she not nominated. I don't know.
Now I gotta look it up.
I'm
sure I mentioned her name.
Yeah, but
she's nominated for Best Country Song. We just mentioned her for Song of the Year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she All Too Well was nominated, and yeah.
Okay.
So All Too Well, I don't think that's going to win. I don't think Taylor Swift's going to win this year. We'll see.
Yeah.
Next one, Best New Artist. We got Anita. I've not heard of. I don't think we've heard of many of these people. I'll say that right now.
Anita,
Anitta, not Baker.
Damn, that's crazy. She can't go by Anita.
I know. It's 2 T's. I guess that's supposed to be what makes it different. Best New Artist, Anita, Omar Apollo, Dami and JD Beck, Mooney Long, Samara Joy, Lotto, one name I know.
Hey, shut up.
Maniskin, Toby, Molly Turtle, and somebody named Wet Leg.
So is that Toby from Houston?
Yes.
Okay, shout out to Toby, man.
Shout out to Toby. Best New Artist nominee. Make your pick.
I have no idea who these people are outside of Toby and Lotto.
You know it's not gonna be Lotto.
It's not about to be Lotto. It's not about to be Toby. I'm gonna just go with the first person you name, man.
Anita, okay.
Yeah. Nah, I don't know. Anita sounds like a black person. She gotta be black, right?
Probably. I gotta look her up.
She gotta be black. But I'm just go with the second person, man.
Okay, so you're going with Omar Apollo. That sounds black too, but okay. Yeah, Omar Apollo.
I feel bad because we're a hip hop podcast and we be out here in the streets trying to, keep people up to the new music. Yep. And I never heard of none of these people outside of the two.
I'm gonna say Samara Joy because that just sounds like somebody who will win a Grammy.
Okay, so Anita is not black; she's Brazilian.
Oh, okay.
Damn, I might.
That's what you look like now. She cute. She cute.
Right,
okay.
Yeah.
What does Samara Joy look like? Oh, she's black.
Oh,
she's a jazz singer.
Jazz singer.
I could see. This is like the classy black music people like in the Grammy board. So I could see her winning. I think
she can win it.
Samara Joy might win Best New Artist.
Who was the one I picked? Omar Samar.
You picked Omar Apollo.
Omar Apollo.
Okay. Omar Samar.
No, it's an Omar Samar that just popped up in Google.
Oh, okay. No, it's Omar Apollo. Okay, the next category is Best Pop Solo Performance. Do we care about this?
Who's on there? Is it people we
got Adele? Okay, we can pick this one. One. Okay. Best Pop Solo Performance. And the nominees are Easy on Me by Adele, Moscow Mule by Bad Bunny, Woman by Doja Cat, Bad Habit by Steve Lacy, About Damn Time by Lizzo, As It Was, Harry Styles.
I'm gonna go with Harry Styles on this one, man.
Okay.
I think he's gonna get one. I think Adele got the other one. I think he's gonna get this one.
Okay, you say Harry Styles.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, I'm stuck. I think either Bad Bunny or Lizzo. I just feel like they're going to give Lizzo something here. So I kind of want to lean towards her, but Bad Bunny has had a year that can't be denied.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering about that too. And I'ma say Bad Bunny.
Okay.
I'll go Bad Bunny for best pop performance.
We probably gonna be awful in this one.
Yeah, I'm not feeling too
I'm
confident. Man, I'll
not
be honest.
confident at all, man.
Yeah, last year for some reason I felt like I just knew, but this one is a little more tough, man. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
we
lie.
probably need to stick in the hip hop category.
Yeah.
In the R&B probably.
Nah, you ain't lying. I don't care about these other pop categories. Best pop duo performance, I don't care. Best pop, I don't care. Best pop vocal album, I don't care. Okay, wait a minute. We have dance electronic music. See, is this the reason why these people are dropping dance albums so they can get an award for best dance album?
Yeah.
So would never.
It's going to Drake, or is Drake in there?
No, he's not.
Okay, so probably Beyonce.
Rosewood by Bonobo, Diplo and Miguel, David Guetta and BB Rexha, K Tronada and her, and Rufus Du Sol. Do you think Beyonce gonna win best electric / dance album recording?
I think so. I think she's gonna get it. Yeah. That's kind of, to me, and this is no disrespect to the dance artists, because I think they be making some badass music, but it's Beyonce, man. I think this is like Kanye cleaning up in the gospel category.
Yeah.
Throughout that gospel album. I think it's gonna be similar to that. If Beyonce wasn't in this and Drake was, I think Drake could possibly lose, man. I can see Drake losing to a Diplo or David Guetta.
I'm gonna say K Tronada for the song Intimidated and featuring her, because I feel like that's more like Beyonce just dipped her toe into dance, but K Tronada been doing this for a minute now. So like that's people argued that, you know, Drake and them were stealing from artists like K Tronada. So I will say it's going to K Tronada featuring her for Intimidated.
Okay.
You said it was going to go to Beyonce, Break My Soul. Okay. Okay. After this, I don't care about any other categories. There's more. Yeah. Rock, I don't care. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. R&B, do you want to talk about that? R&B?
Nah. We ain't been listening to no R&B to judge.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't heard. I didn't know Mary J. Blige dropped a new album.
Yeah, I think she it's called Good Morning Beautiful, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Good Morning Gorgeous.
Good Morning Gorgeous. Yeah, I remember she dropped a song, but I never listened to the album.
Yeah. I will say I do think that Beyonce will win in the she's not nominated for best R&B album, interesting enough. So maybe she will win best dance album. I don't know.
Technically, everybody kept saying to us, technically it's a dance album.
Yeah. So, I think Beyonce will win best R&B song for Cuff It, maybe.
Okay.
Or maybe not. I don't know. Jasmine Sullivan's here too. People like her, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, she maybe makes. I didn't realize she was not nominated for R&B album, so maybe she'll get dance. I don't know.
Yeah. I think she gonna get the dance.
Could be. Okay, let's get to rap. Best rap performance. God Did, DJ Khaled featuring Rick Ross, Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, John Legend, and Friday. Vegas by Doja Cat. Pushin' P, McGunna and Future featuring Young Thug. FNF, Fuck Nigga Free, if you didn't know the acronym, by Hit Kid and Glorilla.
Real quick, man. I think it's crazy how she was nominated that quick.
Yeah.
That song came out yesterday, it felt like.
I know.
So it's kind of crazy how she was nominated that quick for a Grammy. And look, man, I like the song. I don't think that song is Grammy nominated work.
They cannot give the Grammy to a song called Fuck Nigga Free, man. Okay. No. Yes. I know that it's getting progressive.
Look, I'm a fan of hers, man. I like Glorilla.
Mm-hmm.
But that should not be nominated, man.
if Nas had to wait 30 years to get a fucking Grammy, I don't want to see no Glorilla get a Grammy immediately. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, look, that's ridiculous right there, man.
Okay, so you got to pick who you think is gonna what do you think is gonna win best rap performance?
Well, it's definitely not Glorilla. Who was the rest of them?
It was God Did, Doja Cat, Vegas, Pushin P, and The Heart Part 5.
I think DJ Khaled gonna get this one, man. I think they're gonna throw, in your words, they're gonna throw him a bone, man. they're gonna finally throw him something. Because that song was talked about a lot. I mean, you gave your reasons for why you had the conspiracy on why this song was, or the Jay-Z verse was talked about, but I think they're gonna throw him a bone right there.
Okay, I'm gonna say Kendrick is gonna win this one.
Okay.
I think that the song itself is a very Grammy friendly type of song. I don't know. I just feel like Kendrick's gonna take this one. I think that, like I said, I think the album's gonna win anything because, like I said, the controversy between or about the subject matter. But this song, I feel like it's just ripe for a Grammy. So I'm gonna go Kendrick for The Heart Part 5.
Okay.
Okay. Next up, we have Best Melodic Rap Performance. Beautiful by DJ Khaled featuring Future and SZA. Wait for You. Future got 2 nominations in the same category. Wait for You, Future featuring Drake and Tim's. First Class by Jack Harlow. Die Hard, Kendrick Lamar and Blast and Amanda Reefer. And Big Energy by Latto. See, we got a song called Fuck Nigga Free and a song called Big Dick Energy.
Big Energy, yes.
Nominated for Grammys this year. What is going on with society, y'all? We're losing recipes.
Yes.
So what do you think, Figgy?
I was gonna say Jack Harlow First Class, but I think I'm gonna go with I was gonna go with Latto, but I think they're gonna give it to Jack Harlow, man. I think I'm gonna go with Jack Harlow. I think that's a safe pick right there. It's a white guy.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna go with that one.
And I will say, yeah, my eyes gravitated to Jack Harlow too, man. I feel like
it's a safe pick, man.
Yeah.
It's a safe song.
Yeah.
Big Energy is it's a little raunchy.
I can't see Future winning a Grammy, man. I'm sorry, I just can't. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be hype if it happened, but I just can't see him winning a Grammy, man. I don't know. I just can't see it happening. So I will say this will be like the Macklemore year. You know, I think Jack Harlow is the Macklemore of this year, and I think he'll win at least this. So I'm gonna agree with you, man. I say it's gonna be First Class as well.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Best Rap Song. Churchill Downs, Jack Harlow featuring Drake. God Did again. The Heart Part 5 again. Pushin P again. And Wait for You again. So kind of the same songs that were in the last category.
What category is this?
This is Best Rap Song.
See,
I have no idea what the difference is between a best melodic rap performance and a best rap song. I don't get it, but okay. So, what do you think? Best rap song? Jack Harlow, God Did, Heart Part 5, Pushin P, Wait for You.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with Kendrick on this one, I guess.
Okay.
This is so confusing, man.
So I'm gonna say if we get one category wrong, but the same person wins a similar category, I'm gonna say that's a win for us, man. Okay, so I'm gonna count that no matter what. If the Hard Part 5 don't win best rap performance, but it wins best melodic rap performance or best rap song, I'm gonna say we got it right anyway. Okay,
Yeah.
close enough.
Yeah.
But okay, so you say Kendrick.
Yeah.
Okay. And I will say the list real quick. I'm gonna say, will Churchill Downs win this as well? You know they don't really like Drake like that. Well, God did. I'm gonna say God did. I think God did will win something.
Wait, so I picked God did a couple categories ago.
You
What
did. That was
category is
best
that?
rap performance, not best rap song.
See, that is
This is
like,
just
what
so
the fuck
people.
do that mean, man?
Yeah, so they can give as many awards as they can.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So you say Heart Part 5 for best rap song. I say God did. Watch Churchill Downs win it. I have a feeling it might. Okay, and the last category you probably care about on this entire list is best rap album. Dun dun dun. We're here. Best rap album. God Did, DJ Khaled. Future, I Never Liked You. Come Home, The Kids Miss You, Jack Harlow. Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, Kendrick Lamar. It's Almost Dry, Pusha T.
Hey, Kendrick Lamar is in this category.
Yes.
This might be similar to what he went through with Good Kid, Mad City.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Jack Harlow, man.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised because Jack Harlow got a machine behind him too. I would not be surprised if Jack Harlow shock everybody and win album of the year, rap album.
Yes, best rap album.
I wouldn't be surprised if he win best rap album. And this is not what we want.
Exactly. Yes, we got to remind people this is what we think is gonna win, not what we would want to win.
Yeah, to me, the best album in this category is probably Kendrick, and then I will follow that by Pusha T. But I think I ain't like this. I ain't like his album at all, man. But I do think it's gonna be Jack Harlow.
Okay. I was gonna say I feel like this might be another, like I said, the Macklemore this year, man. But to be fair, now that I'm thinking about it, we went through this again and everybody got mad. So maybe this will be another bone thrown. Because realistically, I think there are only two albums that can win this category, and that's Jack Harlow and Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
DJ Khaled ain't gonna win it for a collaboration album. Future ain't gonna win it because he's toxic. Pusha T ain't gonna win it for an album about selling cocaine. Okay, it's gonna be a pretentious type or a safe album. You said Jack Harlow. I will say Kendrick. Okay. I didn't think it was gonna happen, but I've talked myself into it now. Because of the blowback that happened last time he got snubbed for To Pimp a Butterfly. I think this will be the get back for that. So
was it to Pimp a Butterfly or was it
was it Good Kid, Mad City?
I thought it was Good Kid, Mad City.
It might be. Might be.
But yeah, it don't matter. But yeah, he got snubbed for Macklemore, who I don't even know where the fuck he is now.
Quit rap, probably fucking became a Bitcoin CEO or some shit, man. Probably sell NFTs online. Okay, I will say Kendrick for Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
Okay. Do you have in front of you the I guess do they have the albums of the year, not rap albums, but just albums overall?
We did that already, didn't we?
Just the overall album of the year, not the
we did that.
Okay.
That was one of the first ones we did for album of the year.
Okay.
You picked Bad Bunny and I picked ABBA.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah. So no rap albums made it to the best album of the year, I don't think.
Okay.
Let's see if there's anything else. I think that's it for the categories we care about. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah. I don't care about any of this other bullshit. So that's it for us. That is our Grammy nominations, our Grammy predictions of who's gonna win. Now we're gonna check this. I don't feel too confident in this one, man. I'll be honest. I don't feel like
Yeah, we might fail this one.
this one
We
might be
definitely-
dicey.
yeah.
I'm not feeling the same confidence I felt last year, but we'll see, man. Who knows?
Yeah.
I just know people are gonna be mad regardless.
Yeah, another thing to point out too, this was kind of big on Black Twitter, was Summer Walker was not nominated at all.
Oh wow.
And a lot of people felt like she had a really good album. So that was kind of an eye raiser. I'm not the biggest Summer Walker fan. You know, I can't throw the pom-poms for her, but I felt like in the R&B part, she probably should have been nominated.
Who's Summer Walker?
Yeah, Summer Walker.
Oh, for what? Like best R&B album? Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Best R&B album, yeah. Because she wasn't nominated at all.
Hmm.
And she released something, and a lot of people felt like that was one of the best R&B albums of the year.
Yeah, that's a
So,
weird snub. I don't know
It was
why.
kind of shocking, yeah. So
I
it
mean, you
seemed
put
like
Lotto in there, you put Glorilla in there, you can't put a damn Summer Walker in there.
yeah, it seemed like
Strange.
it might. I wonder if it was personal a little bit, but that was kind of strange.
Probably because she's singing about getting her ass ate. They heard that song she had with Kendrick and said enough. I don't know. I had no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea, man.
Yeah, I mean the Grammys are weird. Like we said, it's all political, it's all business influenced, and I don't really give a shit who wins a Grammy or doesn't. But it's fun to predict who is gonna win just to upset people. And people gonna tune in and then say, "Oh, well, all we care about the Grammys," but they watch the Grammys and care about it.
That's the one thing I'd be disappointed about, man, because people always say, "Hey, we don't need the Grammys. Why are we focused on the Grammys?"
But every year you watch, every year they gotta have a take.
Yeah, but then when they throw a black person a bone at the Grammy, yeah, shout out to him.
Yeah.
It's like, why is we doing that, man?
All these artists are getting excited about being Grammy nominated.
Yeah.
Saying, "Oh God, look what God did." Okay.
We can't play both sides, man. We got to be in or out. So
no, I mean, I've always argued we need like a prestigious award for our culture, but you know, we have rap awards and want to put goofy shit like Hustler of the Year. So you can't take it seriously. And no matter what, the Grammy is always gonna carry weight, man. No matter what you say, Grammy gonna carry weight.
It is, man.
So,
and those record labels got, they got a hand in it.
Exactly.
So we don't never hear anything. Oh yeah, this artist is BET nominated.
Mm-hmm.
Like we don't hear that. It's all Grammy nominated artists hits more.
It does. No, that's like winning an Academy Award, man. It ups your whole profile. You could charge more. Your discography becomes worth more automatically. So,
and it's not just with rap. Like country artists are nominated. Nominated country artists joining the show, or it's nominated rap artists. Like that's just that's the Grammys.
Yep.
So it's always gonna be worth more. But if we are serious about leaving them alone and starting our own, we need to do that. And a lot of platforms need to support whatever they do. But it can't be both ways. It can't be oh, Summer Walker is nominated. Yay, support her. And then say, hey, she didn't win. We need a boycott. Like I just feel like it can't be both, man. We gotta be all in, we gotta be all out, and we know what it is.
Yeah, no, but we'll never be all out. Like I said, the Grammys carry much weight.
And see, the thing is too about that is, let's say we were all out. We say, hey, let's stop going to the Grammys and all that stuff. But a young artist like Glorilla get nominated for the Song of the Year, she gonna be happy. And if I was in their position, I would go to the awards. I would feel confident and hope I will win. And I would use that on my resume. So it's hard to sit there and tell her to boycott the awards. So it's never going to be all in. I mean, people ain't gonna be all out. So it kind of sucked, man. But I guess the Grammys still hold weight.
No, I agree, man. And yeah, it's always gonna be it's gonna be the industry standard for artists, period. So it is what it is, man. You can disagree with it. It's definitely political, but it carries weight, and artists are always gonna care about it, man, no matter what they say. So it is what it is. Yeah. So those are our predictions. We will check them. When is the Grammy Awards? February, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
When is it? It's February 5th, 2023. So yeah, we will check back and see if we're correct or not. But we'll see.
We might be like below 50%.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it with this one. Yeah. I don't know, but we'll see. We will see. Who knows? Other things that happened this week, we'll kind of speed around some other headlines. How do you feel about the memorial left by the Prince estate, not the purple one, the mob ties one? Jay Prince and his family apparently sent a flower bouquet to the site, the bowling alley where Takeoff was killed. And it read something like H-Town, infinity sign, and the Prince family in roses. Very controversial. People wondered why that wording was chosen, why nothing about Takeoff was mentioned. What do you think about this, Vicky? And remember who you're affiliated with.
I thought it was
who you took a picture with just a few days ago.
I thought it was a good thing from the Jay Prince family. I'm just playing. I thought it was a little strange, man, because when you usually do like a memorial or tribute or something like that, it would normally go like rest in peace Takeoff, rest in peace so and so. But for the simple fact that their name was all over it more than what they were paying tribute to, that was a little strange, man. I kind of try to put myself in their shoes, and if I was them, I just don't see myself saying, "Hey, this is a tribute from Figgy Fig." It just don't seem right, man. I don't know what this was all about. Maybe it was in good hearts. Maybe maybe they tried to do something good for it, but I thought this was super strange, man. I don't know, man. I couldn't put what they put. I would have had to put rest in peace Takeoff. I couldn't sit there and take credit for it. And yeah, I don't know, man. To me, to be honest, man, because we talked about this a couple weeks ago. We wasn't there. We don't know what happened. We ain't talked to nobody. But this seemed like it's, to me, it kind of have a feeling of, hey, we did something about this. Hey, this was our responsibility right here. So we gonna take credit for what happened. That's the kind of feeling it got a little bit. It's kind of like when remember when it would be like attacks from ISIS or something like that, and they would announce weirdly like, "Oh yeah, this was ours. This was us. We take credit for this attack," type thing. That's what it kind of had that type of feeling to it. So I don't know. I'm probably totally wrong. So please, mob ties, don't come after me. I don't know what happened, but it just had that type of feeling of claiming responsibility when they put that on there. Now, if they would have put just rest in peace Takeoff, then I wouldn't have had a problem with it. But it seemed like they just put their name on it. Where it kind of seemed like they was taking responsibility for it. But that's just me. That's how it seemed to me.
Yeah, the wording was weird, man. The H-Town especially, I didn't understand that. Like you could say RIP Take. I know you only got so many letters you could probably do with that rose shit, I guess, but It was weird, man. The H Town Forever for Atlanta artist who died in Houston at the spot where he died was strange. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with this case, man. I'm still wondering. I mean, it's been like what 3 weeks now. We haven't heard any updates.
It was October 31st or November
Halloween,
1st.
like the day after Halloween. So
Yeah.
it's been about 3 weeks, man. And yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Part of me, my conspiratorial mind, is thinking that the feds might be involved. Maybe this is going to be like the Rico case. You know how the YSL thing kind of started over Young Thug's beef with another rapper.
Yeah.
That started to get out of control. His baby mother got killed. Young Thug's baby mother got killed. Then that guy was attacked in jail and almost killed. The guy he was beefing with. So I wonder, part of me wonders if this is going to be the catalyst of something to take down that entire organization.
It could be, man. It could be because, like I said, they was investigating Young Thug and them since what 2014.
Yeah,
it's been a long time, man.
And I'm sure the feds have been looking at Jay Prince, and Jay Prince knows this too. So, like, I'm sure he's not surprised, but I'm wondering why we haven't heard any updates. Look, he was killed in public in front of like 50 people. And people want to say, oh, they're just being silent. I've seen people talk on the news. Okay. Why eyewitnesses went on, they had their face covered, but they explained what happened. Why would you go to Channel 11 and talk about what happened and not go to the police? You know, all the video they got, all the security cameras they probably had around the area. There's no way they don't know who did this by now, I feel.
Yeah. And then not to mention, we talked about this before. It was a private party, man.
Yeah.
It wasn't like it was at a concert or a festival or something like that, or just randomly in the club. This was a private party. So, like, you could get a list of all the people that was there or get an idea who was all there. Because if we had a private party up at the station and something happened, you know how fast they'd find out who did what. So it's kind of interesting, man. And it's saying like, I was looking on social media and it's saying like a lot of people in that crew was being really defensive about things because I seen Sauce Walker, he made a comment pretty much saying, I'm paraphrasing this, but he pretty much said, damn, Takeoff, I wish you was with me, you would have been good.
Yeah.
And one of the members of the group was like, what you mean? And Sauce Walker replied and said, you seen what I said? Like my number ain't changed. So it seemed like a lot of them is getting really defensive about, how people looking at them at the moment. So yeah, man, I'm not sure. I think you on to something, man. I think maybe the feds are, kind of sitting back trying to get everything because I kind of been through this too with my friends, my personal friends, where the feds was watching them for years and they just sitting back watching, letting them commit all the crime and just waiting for that moment so they can just go down, lock everybody up for a very long time. So maybe, right now it's too early to do that. Maybe they trying to wait at the right moment to, jump in so that way they could be locked up for years and years and never get out. That's how it usually go, man, because when you jump the gun too early, they can probably beat that case. They can probably sit in for about a couple years and be right back out doing the same thing. But a lot of these fed people and these people like that, they let you do your dirt, they let you have fun, and they record all of that shit. And at the very end, it's kind of like the Young Thug thing, man.
Yeah.
They've been watching them since 2014, man. That's a long time. to sit there and watch them do whatever they was doing. And once they, decide playtime is over, then they lock you up, and it's damn near Hail Mary for you to try to get out. So this could be the case. I hope it's not, man, but this could be the case, man.
Yeah, and I had to look up how long it took for the police to get the guy who killed Nipsey Hussle in LA. It took 2 days, man. Eric Holder was arrested 2 days after he killed Nipsey. And this is in LA, where they have so much crime, they tell people not to even come and rappers not to come. And I'm sure a lot of unresolved murders out there, but they caught the guy in 2 days. But somehow Takeoff, who was killed in public with cameras and everything and 50 people watching, and nobody's been arrested yet, going on 3 weeks. So my instinct just tells me something bigger is at play. I think they're going to use this as an opportunity to bring a lot of stuff to light. And I don't know. That's just the only thing I can think of as to why nobody's been caught. We haven't heard any updates about this from the police, as far as I've seen.
Yeah, and we see it kind of often where something happened and these detectives like, hey, we need to get on this, and other people was like, hold on, we've been investigating these dudes for 5 or 6 years, man.
Yeah,
like, no, we not about to run in and blow this up yet. Like, just hold back. But no. I do think this the death of Takeoff was huge. I don't think this is something they would have predicted. So I don't know how they can just cover this up, man. And I was talking to somebody about this before, and I wouldn't be surprised if somebody one of them throw somebody out there that, to fry, pretty much, to take that on the chin, to get the people off of them. Because that's pretty common, man. I can see somebody just taking the blame, and that way, because the cops ain't, this ain't about to be just a murder unsolved. This ain't, a kid or something that was missing for years, and you just kind of, move on. This is a high profile murder, man. This was a hip hop star, a celebrity. This ain't just about to go unsolved. So, if they wanted to kind of get the heat off of them, and I ain't into the streets or nothing like that, but if they want to get the heat off of them, I can see them throwing somebody under the bus to take the blame so they could keep moving, because the cops ain't about to stop this. I don't think they just about to say, well, we have no answers, so let's just move on. Somebody got to take the rap for this, man.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, with the evidence, I'm sure they know who did it. Like, at this point, I have a feeling they know. So if somebody came who they know wasn't him and said it was him, I don't know if that would work. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. I can't predict it, but I know it's affected the city's reputation. I know the mayor has tried to stress that crime is actually down, even though everybody's panicking about crime and saying crime's way up everywhere. Crime is down year to date from last year, but it's still up from the past few years. And the police chief and the mayor are all trying to fight this reputation, and this Takeoff murder made it worse.
Yeah.
You have people like Deion Sanders come in and say, y'all don't leave your hotel, and so everybody, like, it's making the city reputation worse.
Yeah.
So
and it was crazy because it wasn't even like that.
Exactly. It was over dramatized, but look, the perception is that there was a criminal organization who held a private party and some innocent guy got killed during it.
Yeah.
So I think that is why they're going to try to take the whole operation down, man. So we might have to, I don't know what's going to happen, man. We got to use these drops while we still can.
Oh, yeah.
Look, if the look, I will say
I
this:
had to
if the
scrub
shit,
all the J Prince shit.
yeah, if the shit goes down, we renounce all of our mob ties. Okay, but it ain't gone down yet, so we haven't done that. I don't want to get to that point, but we might have to revoke our mob if the feds come. We don't know. Look, on the record, I was never a part of mob ties. Okay, I just said to be funny on the podcast. Okay, we were never members of mob ties. We just had Jay Prince because he was talking about his liquor. We did not have any affiliation with Mob Ties, the organization. People, if you're listening, that is the truth, and I swear by it. Biggie swears by it. We are not Mob Ties. We ain't even got the chains on. Look, we ain't got the Mob Ties chain.
We ain't got no jury, man.
You never seen me do this in real life, except for right then.
They're gonna be like, well, we was looking on YouTube, and he said y'all was
you asked how to join Mob Ties.
Yeah, he said y'all was qualified.
Oh, we going to jail, Figgy. That might be it for us.
They're gonna audit this podcast. They're gonna take it down.
We gonna be gone till November, man. We might have fucked it up.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Speaking of murders, man. Remember the last time I told you how somebody was murdered outside of my apartment?
Yeah.
So yesterday it was another murder out right outside of my apartment.
Damn.
Another one, man. So I was at work and it was around maybe 12 or 1 o'clock, and my neighbor texted me and he said, hey, just want to let you know, man, someone outside our apartment was shot and killed pretty much.
Damn.
I'm like, what? I'm like, really? And he kind of showed me the area. He sent me a picture of the area, and it was right by my parking spot, man. So I have a parking spot. It's like under a little cover, and right behind it, it's a gate, and you can walk out the gate and walk around the trail and all that. So it was like right outside of the gate behind my parking spot. So damn. I'm like, what? And you can't really see the body. You can see where the body is, but the cops and all that wasn't even there yet. So I'm like, what the fuck? That's crazy. And so apparently I ended up reading the news article, and I guess it was like an attempted somebody tried to attempt to break in the car or something. And it was like fucking 11 in the morning, man. I'm like, damn, why are y'all trying to break in cars at 11 in the morning, man? Yeah, like, y'all even brush your teeth? But yeah, somebody got shot and they died right there, man.
Damn.
That's wild. That's two. And then the news article made a point to say, hey, it was 2 murders at this apartment complex.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, so I'm like, man, y'all niggas need to go down on the rent at this point.
Nah, for real. No, I'm here for my safety. I can't pay more than $200 a month. Sorry.
Oh, for real, man.
We in the fuck. You didn't tell me this was Compton.
Like these motherfuckers going up on the rent. They going up on the parking spaces. They making it difficult to park.
Mm-hmm.
Where I had to sign up for all type of bullshit. Like, man, like, nah, man. Like, I can't even walk my dog out there, man. I'll be out there damn near naked with nothing. Like, I'm thinking it's safe and gated. But apparently people be trying to break in the cars and shit. So that was wild, man.
Nah, that's fucking crazy, man. Be safe out there, dog. Be careful, dog.
Yeah.
That's shit cool,
I think this is the last time we're gonna renew our lease, man.
Yeah, it needs to be, man. You need to go
we
on,
already
move on up.
We already looking for a spot now. So
yeah, y'all gotta move on up like the Jeffersons, man. Can't stay on the hood like that, dog. That's crazy.
We might have to go to KD or Pearland or something.
Yeah, fuck it. I mean, KD getting crazy too now, man.
Is it?
Yeah, it kind of is, man.
Damn.
Like my parents are still in a pretty good neighborhood, but there's some areas where like KD kind of crazy, man.
Damn.
I never thought I would say that like 10, 15 years ago, but KD kind of crazy in some places, man. So you got to be careful there too.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know. But so yeah, be careful. Like wherever y'all are, be careful, man. It's a fucking crazy world out there, man.
It's around the holiday too.
Yeah,
so trying to get money.
Don't leave no fucking bags in your car, man.
Man,
at all. Don't leave nothing that looks like a bag.
I don't leave shit in my car, man.
Mhm.
Like I got a Jeep Compass. So I got the back seats all down. It damn near look like a flatbed in the back.
Mhm.
I don't keep nothing in the car, man. I just leave it wide open pretty much.
Yeah, don't put nothing in the bag. Don't go to no fucking walk up ATM and take out money. Like
Yeah.
go through a drive-through and watch who fucking around you. Just be aware of your surroundings no matter what you're doing with money, man.
Yeah.
Period. So
Mhm.
yeah, crazy world out there, man. Be
Yeah,
safe,
and
everybody.
don't try to fight, man. I thought about doing it. I was robbed one time,
Mhm.
and I was leaving KFC, man, because I worked at KFC. I was at the bus stop, and I was on the phone with my mother, and I saw some niggas. It was like 4 niggas in the car riding past, looking. And I literally told my mother, like, man, I don't like being out here, man. It's people all looking at me in the car and all this, and I'm waiting for the bus. And they came back around and parked. So I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. Because I thought I knew him. I thought he was about to give me a ride or something. And I seen the gun, and I seen like 3 other niggas. I was just like, oh man. So I ended up putting my hands up, and I'm sitting there getting robbed, and they pointing the gun like down towards my dick. So I'm like, kind of like, you know how people kind of point towards your area or act like they're about to hit it, and your reflex is kind of like pointing down a little bit.
Mhm.
And I seen the gun, and the gun looked kind of fake because I had some homies who would rob people with fake guns or BB guns. And so I'm like, man, this look kind of like I never seen a tan gun before like this. And I'm like, man, should I tussle with it? Should I try to take it from him? But I'm like, nah, it's like 3 other niggas outside of him.
Mhm.
So I'm like, I ain't even got shit worth losing. So I just gave it up, man. So yeah, my point of that is, man, just if you ever get in a situation like that, just give it up, man. It ain't worth it.
No, definitely not, man. Like, look, I understand somebody coming in your home. You got to protect your home. So
Yeah.
do what you got to do to protect it. But as far as like giving up your phone, giving up your wallet, that shit can be replaced, man.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not
not
worth
worth
the fight. Even
Yeah.
if you got you got a bag on you, whatever, it ain't worth the fight, man. So yeah, don't fucking this ain't no fucking John Wick. You ain't
Yeah.
Keanu Reeves, man. You'll fucking die in real life. So
Mhm.
it's not even worth the
It's
risk
not worth
in
it.
most cases.
Yeah.
So everybody be safe out there, man. Crazy world.
Yeah.
And I guess last but not least, are we in the final days of Twitter or not? That is the question. Elon Musk has, and we never really talked about this. I kept forgetting to bring it up, but Elon Musk officially bought Twitter a few weeks ago. The sale went through, and then apparently all hell broke loose after that. You know, first off, he started everybody who was subscribed to Twitter Blue got a blue check, and all the blue
Yeah.
checks were mad. So instantly there was a bunch of fake tweets from people acting like there were people reporting news.
It was a
which
nightmare, man.
it was hilarious though, man. I can't lie.
I almost fell for one. I was driving, and I shouldn't be looking at my phone driving, but I was in traffic.
Yep.
And I seen the tweet from Adam Schefter, or who I thought it was Adam Schefter, that said Josh McDaniels of the Raiders has just been fired. So I'm like, holy shit. So I'm like, wait, is this real? Because I usually do that anyway. Whenever I see some news like that, I'm like, holy shit, is this real? And I did the same thing with Jack Easterby when I heard he got fired. I had to look like, is this real Adam Schefter? And it was, but I did the same thing. And the nigga ain't had no followers, man. So I'm like, wait, what the fuck? It's a blue check mark, but no followers. And so I didn't know you could actually click on the blue check to see. And it kind of tell everything. When you click on that blue check or that name, it said this user subscribed to blue Twitter or something. So I'm like, oh, okay, so they paid for it. And and the ones that already had it, it said they're recognized as a government celebrity or something. So that's how you could tell the blue check marks now.
Mm-hmm.
But it was crazy, man. I seen a couple of them where I'm like, what the fuck? But yeah, they immediately got banned.
Yeah, no, they were pretty quick with banning people who were impersonating people. I don't know, man. This is the kind of fuckery. Maybe I'm just fucked up. This is the kind of fuckery I miss with Twitter, man. Like, this is the kind of fuckery I miss with Twitter to an extent. Like, I miss the jokes. I miss the people with the fake tweets, tweeting obvious bull. Oh, LeBron got traded. Really, you believe that, man? Crazy shit that people fall for. I'm like, come on, man. So I personally enjoyed it, but a lot of people did not like it. So they kind of cleaned that up. But apparently things have been getting crazy. Elon basically fired like half of the people at least at Twitter. And basically said anybody who wants to stay needs to be prepared to work a whole lot in the next few weeks. And anybody who wants to leave now. And apparently yesterday, there was news that Twitter just alerted employees that effective immediately, all office buildings are temporarily closed and badge access is suspended. No details given as to why. And this is right after he told everybody no more remote work. They got to all come back to the office. Damn. So they say everybody got to come to the office to work. And now the office was closed for some reason.
Yeah.
I think there was some kind of fear of sabotage because a lot of people apparently walked out and they were saying that there was fear that people were just going to try to take Twitter down just to shit on Elon before they left. So for that reason, they were trying to restrict access or something.
That's kind of thing we go through with radio because for people that don't know that inside the radio, whenever they let somebody go, they let them go after their shift.
Mm-hmm.
So you never see it coming. So you
get escorted out. So you can't even say bye to anybody.
Yep. You can't take your shit or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and they do that because if you find out they letting you go during the show, you could go wild crazy on there and it won't be a good look. So they usually keep it secret. And after the show, you can just have a normal meeting and say, hey, we letting you go. And then they escort you out.
Yep. So apparently that's what happened here. And everybody thought that Twitter was going to go down. Apparently there was a lot of errors going on with the site. And yeah, so, I see there's a report that offices will reopen on the 21st. But in the meantime, please continue to comply with company policy by refraining from discussing personal or confidential information on social media with the press or elsewhere. So, yeah. Apparently, this had to do with the whole mass exodus of people at Twitter leaving the company, and they were scared of something happening. So, yeah, people think that Twitter's not going to make it, man. People think Elon is getting too desperate to get profit from this company that's never really turned a profit before. He's, seems like he's throwing shit at the wall just to see what sticks. He's already unbanned some people. Trump is still banned. They haven't decided what they're going to do with him. But a few people were unbanned that were controversial. He also said there's freedom of speech now, that certain things won't be banned, but hate speech will be like demonetized or something. The wording was weird.
Yeah, ain't that's the same thing that's how it's always been, right?
Yeah, so basically he said, let me find it. New Twitter policy is freedom of speech, but not freedom of reach. Negative/hate tweets will be max deboosted and demonetized, so no ads or other revenue to Twitter. You won't find the tweet unless you specifically seek it out, which is no different from the rest of the internet. So basically, you won't be banned for calling somebody the F word or saying anything, but you will be shadow banned, it sounds like, where people can't find, you won't pop up in people's timelines. You can't get any ad revenue from any viral tweet or whatever, or it won't go viral because it'll be deboosted. So basically, they'll shadow ban you for hate speech.
Okay.
Which people are asking what constitutes as hate speech. So I mean, I could think of a few examples, but other things can be, depending on what political side you side with, it could be hate speech or not hate speech.
Yeah, it's Black Lives Matter, hate speech.
Exactly. So shit like that, you never know what they're gonna say. It's suddenly hate speech, and now people are leaving the platform. Some willingly, some are just done with it. What do you think, Figgy? Is Twitter done? Are you leaving Twitter? What's going on?
I'm not leaving Twitter, but this seemed like it was a disaster, man. I ain't think he was gonna wild out like this, because we see a lot of people purchasing big companies and just kind of leaving it how it is, but they might change a couple things. But he seemed like he don't even know what he doing, man. He seemed like he just bought this company and he said, I'm gonna fire everybody. And I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna just do that. And it seemed like it's a disaster, man. I was kind of confused when people now to be fair, I think it was last night where people were like, "Oh, this is the last days of Twitter. This is the last day of Twitter." And I enjoy seeing all the old tweets reemerging and everybody reminiscing about old Twitter and all that stuff. I enjoy that a lot. But I don't know how Twitter would end, if that makes sense. Like, will it just disappear? I mean, it kind of had a Y2K feel to it.
Yeah.
So, I'm not sure how it was going to end, but I do see Twitter eventually, dropping real low where people, eventually get off of it. We seen it with a lot of stuff. We seen it with stuff like MySpace. We seen it stuff, Facebook's still going, but we seen a lot of random platforms, Vine, where they just, it just kind of disappeared a little bit, where people stopped getting on it and eventually shut down. But I don't know if it's going to go anywhere, but I do see, like, I think this is the perfect opportunity for like Meta, with aka Facebook, the people who own Facebook and Instagram, to jump into the Twitter type of vibe and make a social media that's similar to Twitter and try to invite everybody over there. I do feel like that's the perfect time to do it, because it seemed like Twitter, as far as I guess the offices and the people that work for Twitter, it seemed like it's all over the place. It seemed like the place is on fire right now and people just running around trying to figure out what to do. I don't really see it outside of the let anybody get a blue check mark for $8.99. Outside of that, I don't really see the the firestorm. But I can see another company coming in and saying, "Hey, let's do a different type of Twitter, and let's take them out." I can see that happening, and Twitter eventually just going down, where people eventually stop getting on Twitter. I don't think it's gonna happen in a couple days, but I could see it happening maybe next year, where this new social media app come out and it's similar to Twitter, and a lot of people hop on there, and maybe eventually in like 2 or 3 years, people will forget about Twitter. I could see that happening, or unless Elon Musk kind of get his shit together and stay the fuck out the way and let people run the shit. But I don't think that's gonna happen, man. I don't think Twitter gonna die tomorrow or Monday or something like that. But I do think in maybe a couple years, maybe 2 or 3 years, I do think Twitter would not be where it is right now. I think it's gonna be lower, and people will probably be off of it.
Yeah, I can see it happening too. Kind of like how everybody jumped on TikTok when they got tired of Instagram.
Yeah.
You know, now young people are on TikTok more than anything, man. It's one of the biggest social media apps, probably the biggest one, period.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, the issue is that Elon Musk paid way too much for Twitter. He paid 44 billion roughly for
That's
Twitter.
insane, man.
And Twitter is not worth nearly that much. I think he kind of was just upset with a lot of so-called SJW woke shit. So
Yeah.
he was
You
tired of
wanted to
Twitter's.
change it.
Yeah, he was tired of Twitter annoying him with certain things. So he said, "I'm gonna buy Twitter."
Yeah.
And then he just threw a number out, and they said sold. And he's like, "Wait a minute." But then he tried to go to court to not buy it, and that didn't work. He tried to take him to court to cancel the deal, and they said no. So the deal had to go through for $44 billion. They gladly sold the company, and now he's panicking because he can't figure out how to make money off this shit, which Twitter never could make money off this shit, man. They were trying for a long time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think he's just panicking because he realized he overpaid way too much. He knows he can't sell it for even half that, probably. So, I think he's just fucked. He's just trying to figure out a way to maybe possibly make it profitable soon. And he's trying to work his team to the bone. I don't know what he's doing. It seems like he's almost trying to sabotage the company, man.
Yeah.
Like by firing everybody and saying whoever works has to work a whole lot. Like who's gonna sign off for that willingly, man? What's the benefit if you work at Twitter? You've been working there since the beginning, and a new boss comes in and says, "Hey, be prepared to double all your work, and if you're not prepared, just quit now."
Yeah.
Who would stay?
Yeah. And then those people can probably get a job at Instagram.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
So I don't understand like what is almost seems like he's trying to tank the company.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing, man, but it's just very strange. And I just don't understand it. Like I knew he was gonna try some things because that's just what he is. He's kind of just a strange guy, period. It is funny how everybody loved him a few years ago, though. Like
people wanted him to buy the Houston Texans.
Dog, everybody loved Elon Musk because they thought he was gonna save the universe with his electric cars. And now he's like one of the most hated people, but on both sides of the political spectrum, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, I it's funny how that happened so quickly, but now everybody is just disgusted by him. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen to Twitter, man. I wouldn't look. I never thought Vine would go under. I thought Vine was huge, and that was fucking the guy blown up. So I don't look. I think Twitter could go at some point. It might be sold to another company. I don't know what's going to happen, but I feel like it's just going to go downhill from here, man.
Yeah.
And I'm somebody who be on Twitter every day, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do without Twitter on some days and when I'm bored at work or something.
Yeah.
But I think the best days are behind Twitter, and I think it's just going to get worse and worse until people jump on something else.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't think it's just gonna explode and be gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I do think it's gonna take a couple years, maybe a year or two, maybe 3 years, where people will be like, "Nah, I'm cool." And it's gonna take. I don't think people are just gonna leave it and just go to Instagram like normal or go back to Facebook. But I think it's gonna be some type of other social media app where people are like, damn, this is cool. I can do this, I can do that. I'm gonna just go over here. And you know, that's how it was with MySpace. MySpace was the shit. And then more people found out about Facebook, and you know, more people started going to Facebook, even though I think Facebook might have been, was it older? I can't remember. But more people than MySpace.
And they're kind of close, I think. I don't know if it was older, but
yeah, but more people started going to Facebook, and then Twitter came around. People started going to Twitter, and MySpace was just kind of left in the back. So I think it will probably be something like that, man. I just don't see like I think it was a huge mistake for Elon Musk to buy Twitter, man. Because if I knew he was gonna do all this, I would have been totally against him buying it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't think he was gonna be wilding out like this. And him being like this, I just don't see it getting better. Like the blue check mark shit, I don't see how that made anything better. And I think he only did that to try to make money. And I just don't think it made the platform even better because you had more scams, you had more fake accounts and all that shit, which made it even more difficult to, do what you usually do.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think it's gonna go down in a couple years where it's eventually gonna be like Vine or something. Or remember the social media tagged.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be somewhat like that. And I think the people that's gonna be more affected outside of us wanting more jokes and all that shit is the politicians and the journalists. Because that's their bread and butter where they could get their shit off. They ain't really getting their shit off on Instagram or Facebook. So
yeah, those are people that ruin Twitter too. So
it is.
It should go down with the ship.
It
honestly.
is. So they're gonna be running around not knowing what to do. Mm-hmm. They probably gonna be on fucking TikTok.
Where do TV shows get their material now? Like, all these fucking shows be stealing jokes from Twitter and stealing the way people talk from Twitter. I hate when I cringe so much when I hear characters in TV shows talk like people tweet.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, what's the tea, sis? Some goofy shit like that. Like, what the fuck? Nobody says that type of shit in real life, man.
Or like the
yes, queen. Yes. Nobody says that shit.
Period.
Period. Yeah, shit like that.
Or what about the ones that be trying to use the wise words? Like, remember what Jay-Z said, the line in the song, they kill XXX, but
yeah, Zimmerman live. Yeah, come on, man. That nigga know you stole that from a tweet. Yeah, I can't. I don't know what TV and movies gonna sound like if they can't use viral tweets as a fucking reference for writing black characters. Yeah. I have no idea what they're gonna do, man. But
so are you gonna miss Twitter if it do go away?
I will. But I honestly, it'll probably be better for my productivity to lose it. I'm not scared of losing Twitter, man. If it goes down, it goes down. Like, that's just life. But yeah, I'll miss it. I'll definitely miss it. You'll think of all the good times and tweets and funny shit you saw. Life goes on, man. I won't cry about it. I saw some people getting real dramatic about this shit too.
Yeah.
So like one day they're like, oh, I hate this site. The next day they're like, oh, I just want to say this is the last day that I met so many cool people here. I love you all. We had so many laughs. We cried together. Like, motherfucker, is
Twitter, man.
All this time you've been shitting on Twitter, calling it stupid, and now suddenly you getting all emotional because it's closing down. It's maybe.
Yeah. The one thing I would miss about Twitter though is whenever something crazy happened.
Yeah.
Instant reaction.
Yeah.
So, like, to me, the most recent one was the Will Smith smack.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably one of the best times I had on Twitter recently.
Oh, yeah.
Where it was just like, oh, shit, what the fuck? Did that just really happen? And then just the jokes that's happening in real time. That was just hilarious, man. You can't even relive that. But I'm
it was definitely classic moment. But I think we're at the point now, like you said, there's gonna be something else.
Yeah,
something else is gonna. I know the guy who ran Twitter for a long time, Jack. I think he already made something else. I don't know if it's like Twitter or not, but there's gonna be something else to replace Twitter if Twitter goes down. So I'm not worried about that.
Yeah,
don't Donald Trump got Twitter now? Truth Social.
I think
are you all going over there?
Yeah, I should see what it's about, man. I should download and see what's on there.
Dog, there's nobody on that shit. I be seeing Donald Trump tweets. Only got like 1,000 retweets. I'm like, this is the former president, y'all. Like, ain't nobody on that app. But yeah, maybe people jump ship to Truth Social. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, they had. I know it was a few years ago. They had a app that was just like Twitter. It looked exactly like Twitter, but it was black owned. And I seen a couple people saying, "Yeah, you should get on this one because support black business, all that shit." So I'm like, I'll get on there. Let me make an account and get on there. Man, it was nobody on that bitch. Well, I was just like, fuck it. I'll just go back to Twitter, man. Where everybody else at.
That's too funny. Yeah, it's gonna. If a black Twitter came out, it'll be like Clubhouse with a bunch of celebrities and shit getting people on it, talking about LLCs and shit. I don't know if I'm for it, man, but we'll see. So yeah, Twitter maybe not going down. I don't know. We'll see. But it's been a good run, man. I've been a member. I've been on Twitter since 2009, something like that.
Yeah,
maybe 2012 or something. So yeah, I've been on for a minute. 2011, I officially joined, I think. So
I'm salty because my date say 2012, but I actually had a Twitter before that, and I ended up deleting it for some stupid reason and making a new one. So now this one look like it say I joined in 2012, but I really been on there since 09.
Yeah, you triple OG status, man.
I know, but people gonna look at that like, oh, you just joined in 2012. I gotta explain, like, no, I really joined in 2009, but I deleted my.
I mean, it's still been 10 years, man. It's not like
look, I was on there when the hashtags were actually, trending topics.
Yeah,
when you use a hashtag, when you use I don't think it was trending. Was it trending topic? When people used to hashtag bullshit, random shit. So that's when I was on there where Fab used to be roasting people on there.
Yeah. To retweet, there is no real retweet. You have to copy and paste somebody's tweet and put RT on it.
Yes.
To reply to it. I was there, 150 characters only, so you could barely write shit.
Yeah,
I was there for the days, man.
It wasn't just liking a tweet. Like you couldn't just like the tweet. It was, I think it was just only retweet if I ain't mistaken.
Nah, you could only like, you couldn't retweet.
Really?
You could only like a tweet. You couldn't retweet. So you had to like copy. If you wanted to react to something somebody said, you had to either reply or copy paste on your own tweet, which took up a bunch of your own characters you had to react to it.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
So been a good run, but time goes on. So
I'm surprised it lasts this long, to be honest.
I kind of am too, but all things come to an end. We'll see how it goes, what Elon does next, but it's not looking too good right now. I think that'll about wrap it up, man. This was a nice lengthy podcast for us to just break down a whole lot going on, man. Is anybody still hanging with us? I know it's late. I know it's a long podcast, man.
I know.
But appreciate everybody who dropped by. Appreciate Ernesto. Appreciate Tab. Appreciate Holly. Everybody who stopped by and said what's up on the podcast, man. We appreciate y'all checking in our stream. I don't know. Everybody, happy Thanksgiving, man. Hope y'all eat a lot next week. Hope y'all get full. Hope y'all enjoy the holiday. Hope y'all stay safe and well and warm. It's cold out here in Houston right now for us. So
I think it's cold everywhere, man.
Yeah. Dog, you see Buffalo? They had to move that fucking game. That town is buried, man.
It's buried. You see that stadium?
Yeah. The pictures were wild. You couldn't see nothing. It was nothing but white.
Yeah. That's crazy. I do not miss that shit at all, man. Like, I know I've been complaining all week about how cold it was, but I would take this over that fucking snow, man.
Oh, definitely, man. I don't know. We can't fuck. Dog, Houston is not set for snow, man. Really. Yeah. Even ice be fucking up our whole infrastructure.
Yeah.
So we ain't set for snow,
to
man.
Be honest, the low temperatures be fucking everything up.
Yeah.
I seen on the news they was talking about, make sure your water pipes is warm and all that shit. I'm like, damn, I ain't even thinking about that.
Yeah, water pipes, your fucking tires suddenly get that low pressure warning. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta.
And fucking Discount Tire, man. They've been looking like a fucking Starbucks, man. The line, man. because so Discount Tire, I don't know if you know this, but Discount Tire, they give out free air.
Mm-hmm.
So if you pull up and your tire is low, they'll look out for you for free. Man, when I tell you this line was out in the street,
That's insane. Like, how much does air cost to where you got to
Yeah.
go and wait to get it? Any gas
It's your
station, some
lazy
gas stations
ass
give it
up.
for free,
yeah,
but
it's,
most it's like $1 at most.
it's about, yeah. Like
What
they'll
the
pay,
fuck?
at that point, I'm willing to pay for it.
Right,
I'm not about to sit in
dog.
that line for that long for some
That's
damn air.
I would hope they're not all waiting for air. That's ridiculous,
No,
man.
they
Come on
was.
now.
They was.
Come on now, man.
It's ridiculous, man. I couldn't believe it
No,
because
that's wild.
sometimes I go up there if my tire low, I would just stop up because I stay by two of them.
Mm-hmm.
I drive past two of them on my way to work, so I was like, let me stop by real quick because I ain't got time to stop at the gas station. If I'm in the car, I could just sit in the car and they look out for my tires. That's cool. But the line was out in the street where it had to be about 10 to 15 cars.
No, that's wild, man.
Where I'm like, nah, man. I'm like, man, let me just go to this gas station, pay $2
For real.
for some air. Like that don't make no damn sense.
Yeah, no, that's a new level of lazy, man. Come on now, like you fucking waiting in a line to get free air. That's some shit. Fucking real cheap ass motherfucker would do, man. That's wild.
Yeah.
But everybody stay safe, man. Everybody stay warm, bundled up. Hope y'all eat some good food this Thanksgiving. Yada yada yada. Thank y'all all for checking out the stream. We appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Probably, I don't know if we're doing a podcast next week. We'll see. We'll play it by ear. Probably not though, but we'll see. We'll play it by ear.
Yeah. We've been a little busy with with life. So we've been kind of like every other weekend with the podcast.
Yeah, but we hit y'all with a podcast long enough that it's gonna take you 2 weeks to listen to it anyway. Okay, right. That's the plan. Some podcasts do an hour-long podcast a week. We give y'all a 3-hour-long podcast every 2 weeks. Okay, so you're getting technically more content from us than anybody else. Okay, you just gotta go slowly through it. Yeah. But we'll definitely hit a few more before the season, before the year ends, man. We still gotta do our year-end list. And peace out, Holly. Appreciate you joining us on Twitch, man. We'll definitely do our year-end picks for best albums of the year, things like that. All the things you expect, and probably some new dope guests coming on too, hopefully soon. So
yeah, and I've been working on some things too. We're gonna work on something where we could do like a live podcast or something, man. We got the setup, we got everything going, so just be on the lookout for that. I'm working on some stuff as we speak. So
yeah, Thicky in the kitchen, man.
Yeah, we got to get Ryan Rocket out the house, man. We got to get you. We gotta get you back in the city one time.
Look, I'll be there every Sunday, man. Okay, I'll be leaving the house. All right, I'll be up in the station. But now, you mean like outside? Okay, I get you.
Yeah, outside. Yeah.
I'm down with it, man. I'm down with it. So yeah. So yeah, everybody, we got things cooking up, man. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all stay safe. Y'all be warm. And until next time, y'all.
All right, peace.